All right, I think we're live. We got Western Decline on the line. How's it going, Bucko?
It's going okay. It's been a while. I haven't been on here or anything. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's good to talk. I always like talking to you, so should be a good time. And if people want to ask questions in the chat, maybe we can answer a handful of them. Um, have did you want to have you do you care about the whole Rob Reiner thing at all? Does that like
Until I heard Trump say Rob Reiner's name, I don't even know who that is. Honestly, like some boomer Hollywood person. Like I don't. Where would I know him from?
okay? Well, he's like a famous director and screenwriter.
Okay, what is he directed?
You know the movie You Can't Handle the Truth, Tom Cruise?
Oh, okay, where he's at the stand and he's like, okay, yeah, iconic scenes, right?
Yeah, so that's A Few Good Men, military, crime or whatever. He did the movie Misery that we reviewed. We talked about.
Okay, all right. So what actually happened to him? Because I never looked into it more than Trump
Uh,
calling him like a Trump derangement syndrome. Like I don't.
well, I'm not gonna lie, Western Decline. Like when I woke up and checked the Twitter feed, I saw the Trump post, and I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like of everything you'd want him to do, the only thing he occasionally does is funny tweets.
Yeah, like
Like
it's so empty and just nothing's there. It's just a couple of tweets. Like once in a while. No, those are few and far. But they're not even tweets. They're just like True Social and like people pass it around on Twitter or whatever, or X or whatever we call it. Yeah, I had to check if it was real, man. I didn't believe it. Like, but I'm not. I didn't know what Rob Reiner's been up to. I didn't realize Rob Reiner's been like attacking Trump for 10 years, like going on every radio show, every TV show, just smearing him, talking shit about him, whatever, right? So like after learning that, I'm like, oh, well then that post wasn't warranted. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if somebody's just smearing you and constantly calling you names and saying you're an evildoer and a Nazi and all this other shit, I mean, I guess
you
I
just kind of hit him with the rest in peace bozo style reaction. I
don't. Yeah, he did. He was in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Did you see that movie?
No, it never really appealed to me. I felt, to be honest, I feel like a cuck watching a movie like that because the male lead is obviously like inundated with women.
Yeah, and it's always
But
funny how like these leads in these films, they're always a goy or a Gentile or a white guy, like a handsome white guy. When in reality, it's a Jewish guy or whatever, like portrayed as. He he did a bunch of Stephen King stuff, like movies for the Stephen King like writings or whatever. But
this is go ahead.
well, Rob Reiner, his son was a drug addict from like age 15 to since forever, I guess, and he like cut him off, and then he went and killed his parents. I guess supposedly, I don't even know if it's true or not. Probably is.
Is there like a motive?
I don't know. With Hollywood people, like was he diddled or touched or mistreated or maybe. I mean, they say like they used to have this weird relationship where they like would kiss and stuff. That's like a news report I read.
So like Hunter Biden type activities.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about like their relationship. The word is though it was like rocky, and I don't fucking know. Like it's kind of wild though that like Brentwood's like the where like the 1% live. You know where Brentwood is, right?
Hollywood?
Yeah, it's like a suburb of LA. That's where OJ Simpson killed his wife or whatever.
Okay. So there's weird shit. That area is basically haunted.
Basically, yeah.
Like just bad shit constantly happening there. There's lots of poltergeist activity.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you like were following it at all or cared or even knew about it.
No, I mean I care a bit more now because I wasn't aware of the specifics. I thought this was another one of these television characters that like boomers are gung ho about, but like I'd never heard of. I don't outside of people that have some kind of an obvious shtick. Um, I don't generally connect the multiple pieces of work that they've done. Like I might, at most, maybe I'll remember them for one thing. I won't. Very rarely will I go, hey, the guy who made this must have been this other guy. Doesn't. On the topic of movies, though, this is a little bit off topic, but did you watch the Predator movie, the one that just came out?
No, I should have, or I should though. I mean, I don't know.
Do
Is it worth
you
watching?
do you care about spoilers? Because I kind of want to rant about
Go ahead. I don't care.
it. Okay,
I
so
probably won't even watch it. It's probably woke
for
shit.
if you haven't seen it, go watch the trailer right now. It's like a minute or two. You can like open it in another tab. And so in the trailer, first of all, they made a Predator movie that's PG-13, which should be kind of a red flag right off the bat there, right? I'm pretty sure the original one with Schwarzenegger and everything were
Rated R.
yeah, like they were intended for adults. So PG-13's already odd.
Yeah.
So
Anytime I see PG-13 and it's you
like
know,
supposed to be like a horror movie or like a
violence, like
sci-fi, yeah.
any violence, and then I see PG-13, I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah. So, but the plot is like downright like diabolical. So, if you watch the trailer, what you'll see is that the predator gets dropped on an island. It has to like hunt some kind of prey, not an alien this time. And the it runs into like an android that is like a white woman, but she's been like damaged in like a plane crash. So the predator then carries around and wears her as a backpack while she nags him the whole time. And the way they styled the
You have to
predator,
be kidding
it
me.
no, look, it gets worse. The way they styled the predator, it looked like David Goggins with mandibles around its mouth. Okay, like it was very obviously like an allusion to like they turned the predator that in the past all it had in common with black people was like dreadlocks kind of on its head, but they
Yeah.
basically made it look like David Goggins, and it like has a relationship with the android woman, white woman that it's carrying around on its back, and the android woman works for like some kind of like a big company. So, but the big company is nothing but white male robots. Okay, this is how they made it a PG-13. Is all the blood was like not red, and the people that were being killed on screen were just white males that were robots.
Wow.
And she's running around with her African, and after she kills her first white male robot, uh, she gets like a black mask. The like predator like hands it to her. Like she gets to do blackface now. She can say the N word, I guess.
No way.
I'm
This
I'm
is
dead I'm dead
wild.
serious. That's what they turned the movie into. And once I realized like the racial tones of it and the white male robot when that she ends up killing actually catches the predator. But his like suicidal like altruism, he tells the thing like don't move, and while he's holding it like at gunpoint, the white woman android comes up behind him and like kills him.
Bro. Oh man. And they say woke is dead or whatever.
Yeah, she kills her android sister that was like loyal to the company too.
Huh.
And I'm watching this and I'm like, so basically what these people did is they reworked the story into like a racial betrayal story where white boys are just getting murked, and they made it PG-13 so they could show it to kids. It's like it's this odd I don't know what I wouldn't even describe it as lefty behavior because it's taking something that was like enjoyed by not really liberals and just totally perverting it. It's like adding trans factions to Warhammer 40K. Now this, it's just, I don't know who directed it.
Why did you watch this? What happened?
Well, cause I watch a lot of like media with my friends, cause there's a lot of downtime with World of Warcraft, and if you're just a bunch of neets all day, you just have nothing to do. So like I've been watching Twin Peaks,
Oh, I've never seen that. I've heard it's worth
and
watching.
yeah, I don't want to spoil it yet because I haven't finished it myself, but I just ended up watching it because I always liked the other ones, and
I only like the first two. Well,
my
no, I
my
like
personal favorite genre of movie is movies like Jaws or King Kong or Godzilla, where there's like some kind of like large creature like attacking civilization. It's my favorite genre.
I don't blame you. I love
So
I like
anything that kind of runs like parallel to that, we always try to watch. Like even horrible movies like Sharknado, if you ever seen that
Oh,
one. That one's fucking insane. The last one we watched was Piranhaconda. It was about like a giant snake in Hawaii that had a piranha's head instead of a snake's. It was actual trash, but it's one of those like so bad
so
it's good situations.
I watched like Crawl and all the shark
Oh
movies
yeah,
and
Crawl was the alligator one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched all the I like actually like people my lady friend gets annoyed with me because I watch any like shark movie that's available, even though I don't think they're gonna be
Well,
good.
did you grow up with Shark Week on Discovery Channel as a kid?
No, but I was always into like nature and
Oh,
animals.
okay. Because I watch all the shark stuff too, just because I think it's just that habit that's instilled in me from a kid. Because before I became like a room rotter playing video games, there was a couple summers where my cope was television, and
What
it
like the daytime television like
no,
straight
I'd watch TV all day. Like I just sit in the basement
like
and lay
Judge
on the couch
Judy
and watch
or
TV. Well, whatever was on, like it doesn't. I spent like a couple years doing this, and I don't know. You notice things like over and over and over again. It repeats the same shit through different shows. Everything is just a vehicle to get some kind of message across to people, and a
do you
lot of
have
it's very poisonous.
do you have like a favorite television show or that you liked or whatever?
Um, TV shows were hard because they were always ruined by having so many commercials. I think that was the number one thing that turned me off of liking it.
Yeah, I'm old now, but when I was like a teenager, I just instinctually didn't. I just had like this instinct, like this is like not good for me. I didn't want to watch TV because of commercials. The commercials were so awful too.
I felt actively dumber after a summer of watching television. Like I feel like I actually felt it. Like it had just made me retarded almost. And I was thinking like, what a lifetime of this must have done to boomers.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
I see the appeal. There's tons of even like YouTube channels I like watching while
My I
falling
used to
asleep.
go hang out at my cousin's when I was like a teenager or like even younger. And my godmother or aunt or whatever, she would always watch Xena. You ever watch Xena?
Uh, I remember seeing the commercials. She was that brunette chick in the like
Yeah, it was
barbarian
like a
outfit.
Hercules knockoff or whatever.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, she would always watch that show, and I just couldn't. I don't understand why anyone would watch it.
Well,
I mean, I guess
it's the kind of
I'm a,
show you watch with one hand in your pants. I don't know why she would be watching it. Like, it's kind of weird. It's almost a show where it's like, you ever watch a movie with family and there's like a sex scene in it, and
yeah.
it's just kind of like an awkward experience. Um,
I remember.
that's what a whole show like that feels like to me, where the whole show is just kind of like perverted.
I remember a friend of mine. He went to American Beauty with his parents, and the first scene is like him beating it in the shower or whatever. I mean, we were like 15 at the time of the movie release, I
Yeah,
think.
it would be funny if you were watching it with like friends or something, but like with your senior mom or whatever, it's just kind of like,
Yeah, I hated television. Like I liked Star Trek: The Next Generation because it was like I was really young, you know, and it was always on television late at night or whatever. With like I would stay up later than I should before school and watch The Next Generation like reruns. But then like they got into like Deep Space Nine and these other like spin-off. Did you ever watch Star Trek?
very little of it. I the first like space franchise I was kind of introduced to was Star Wars, and I just did not like the episode or the movie or whatever. Like I
Well,
think I
George
got 20
Lucas is
minutes into it.
he's the most overrated producer or produ- director, what you know, movie maker guy.
I mean, maybe it got good afterwards. Maybe I just didn't have patience for it as a child, but it kind of turned me off of the whole genre. And I just never really ended up watching any of them as a result. Probably the closest thing that would have been maybe playing on the same channels as that. I want to go back and watch all of X-Files.
I do too. I've been meaning to do that, but I feel like they won't hold up, and I'll just get annoyed and bored with them.
I got through the first season and a little bit more, and it's actually like good. It's weird because some of the episodes have aged like very, very well with their plot.
Yeah, I hated Star Wars. I didn't really like Star Trek because I only watched the Next Generation version, and everyone liked the previous earlier version with I forget what they called the first um, setup they had with William Shatner or whatever and Spock. I never watched that. I watched like Data and you know the bald white guy or whatever. And I just you know to me it's like I don't know how people can be Star Wars fans or Star Trek fans when it's all different characters when you move into these new realms or these spin-off shows or different versions of Star Trek. Like I got attached to the Next Generation version only because it's the only one I was like familiar with.
Yeah, you get the cast, the voices, the
Yeah,
interactions
it
between
is.
characters. I view it as kind of like if you really, really, really loved a show, I think everybody has experienced a show where it went on longer than it should have and the quality suffered because of it.
I've never thought that any show tied it in a bow or finished well. Like none of them,
Yeah.
they all turned gay and like woke or weird, or the whole messaging just completely shifts from the first 2 or 3 seasons. It happens with every show. Like, and it annoys me that people think Breaking Bad's this great show and it's awesome, it's amazing, blah blah blah. They literally like ham-fisted like Nazism at the end of the show, and like it was weird. It was just fucking bizarre.
Yeah, so the point I was making is that there's a point at which a show almost should be self-aware and wrap it up before it becomes like repetitive or cringe or whatever. And a lot of shows don't abide by that. And one way to avoid it happening is I always get kind of sad. Like if I watch a TV series or a movie, it's almost depressing to me if I really like the world that it took place in because I'm using it as like escapism. And once it's no longer there to be consumed again, it's no longer fulfilling to me in that way. So I do appreciate shows where the show had to end for the previous stated reasons, but they kind of keep it going with a spin-off like I was going to say Better Call Saul relative to Breaking Bad, but even the Lord of the Rings stuff, like we're getting a third Game of the Thrones spin-off show too. So I do kind of like just having
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
yeah.
I'm on the second season. I'm just about wrapped up with the second season. and I'm not really into it, but it's such a good production. I'm not like mad at it, you know. Like I'm not super into it, but it's not horrible.
My opinion, honestly, on Game of Thrones is that it was kind of unapologetically gory. And what I really think, so I have a theory with
There's
like
too much
Call of Duty
nudity.
games.
There's too much
Yeah,
nudity.
I mean that's to get women to watch it. That's why George R. R. Martin was talking about like horse sticks in it a bunch too, to get women to read the books. You know, he was writing his own Morning Glory do milking farm shit.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Where were you going with it?
Um,
The Game of
just
Thrones.
that so like with Call of Duty, I think the only reason Call of Duty is popular is because of the hit marker sounds in the game are very addictive. Similarly, I think what really made Game of Thrones popular was the intro before that was played before each episode. You know, it was so well done that people were like addicted to watching the intro. The rest of it could have been like absolute slop and people
I
still would have
find Game
tuned
of
in.
Thrones to be it's an adult show. Sorry, I had to cough. It's dramatic. It's dark or whatever. It's adult. I like it so far. I don't love it, but I find it way far more creative than Star Wars. Like far more appealing than a Star Wars. I I just can't do Star Wars, especially the newer ones. I haven't watched them. I assume they're just trash. I don't even want to watch them. I mean, I watched like the first 6 shows, like, you know, how they had the first 3 and then they did the prequels before the or afterwards.
Hmm.
And my dad made me watch those or took me to the theater and I watched like episode 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever it was. I hated the fucking new ones. Those are like old now, but they were new when I was a young person and I hated them. I thought, the first 3 are like barely watch. I mean, they're doable because I was like 12 when I watched them.
What
But
was a show, a TV show or a movie that came out very recently that you actually liked? Like what was the last recent piece that was released that you really enjoyed?
there isn't any. I mean, the Breaking Bad, my dad got me into it because he died during that show of cancer, and that's why he got me into the show because it's about the protagonist being an ill man. So
Mm,
like it kind of got me into it, and I had to like I almost like it was like this like finish the show, Bucko, because like my dad got me into it, you know.
yeah.
And he died while the show. He didn't even get to finish watching it. I think he died before the 3rd season. I think.
Makes a lot of sense.
But I like The Sopranos, but that show turned shitty as well. I mean, the last 2, 3 episodes were all gay stuff and like individualism and racism's bad. And the first like 4 episodes or first 4 seasons were like tribal and you're like a part of a gang or a group or a tribe. And like then like they shifted it. The whole talking narrative was like you're not, your Italian heritage is meaningless is basically the message that the boss man said towards the, latter end of the show, which was just crazy to me. It was terrible. Like the last 2, 3 seasons were terrible. I mean, people say they're good, but I don't think they're good. And now my lady friend tried to get me to watch, or she's been making me watch Dune, the movies. And
Okay.
she thinks it's the greatest thing ever. And I think it's blah and there's nothing there. There's no there. It's just
Did you watch the one that came out recently with like Zendaya or whatever?
maybe. I can't remember which ones. I think I seen the first 2 movies. I think there's 2 movies now, or
It was very like
I hated it. I hate Dune. Dune's awful. It's
the thing that I did like about Dune was that it actually depicted women as evil sometimes. Like the Bene Gesserit from Dune, it's basically just like the every faction in Dune is dominated by the same kind of like Bene Gesserit witch cult that like South Korea was like probably still is dominated by.
You know, I love motorcycles. I still do, and I used to ride them all through my 20s, and I just did not get into Sons of Anarchy. I mean, I even had a Harley, a fancy one, and Sons of Anarchy's cringe. I mean, they're like evil, they're evil murderer, gangster, like thugs who like deal drugs and kill people, but racism's like evil. It's so bad. I fucking hated that show, and it was also like a little too ghoulish or whatever for me.
I don't know. I think there's people that actually like to ride motorcycles. I don't think ride Harleys.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean? Like it's a Harley is kind of like a more of like a cultural thing than it is a really good motorcycle, right? Like I don't have any experiences with them either, but I've heard a lot of the memes where like they leak oil on the factory floor.
Mine lasted a long time. I mean, I put over 100,000 miles on. I beat the hell out of that thing. It
You know,
started every
uh,
time.
nice.
The belt driven's really smooth when you're going around curves and stuff. Like I got a chain driven now, and I'm not like mad or I don't think it's like worse. It's just different. Um, but yeah, I like all types of motorcycles. Like I'm not like this like, oh, you have to get a Harley or you have to get a Yamaha or you have to get a sport bike. Like I kind of like all the different types of
Yeah,
it.
oh, yeah, I don't care. I don't. I wave at people when I'm on my bike that are riding scooters. Like I don't I don't give a fuck because at the
They're
end of the
actually
day,
kind of
like
cool. Like the little mini bikes they got now.
yeah, like I don't doesn't bother me.
Yeah, they're kind of neat actually. Like if especially if you live in one of those like a village, you know, like there's these little pockets of like white America where it's like they have the little main street and the little coffee shops and little bars and you know, and there's no real like highways nearby, and you just kind of like I remember I was at this fucking breakfast shop or whatever before a wedding I was at. It was out of state, and these fucking hot chicks were driving around in those little Vespas or whatever in these little small town. Like it was cool, man. I would love to drive around one of those, or you know, right? I think it's kind of fun to like
One
buzz
thing
around
I'm
in a little
envious of
Vespa.
kids today is I wish we had like electric bicycles and scooters and shit like when I was that age.
Yeah,
Like
they're really popular now. They're getting really big, but then again, there's no use for them in America because everything's it's not really they're not American society is not designed for these little electric bikes in terms of travel and getting to shops and workplaces and stuff.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
not really ideal.
if you can charge them while you're at school or at work, I think they're probably fine.
Oh, tacky. Walking Dead. I liked the first like two seasons because it was about two men fighting over a woman and who impregnated her. And I actually liked the first two seasons, and then after that, I was just trash. And I
This,
like Zombie Juice, but that was bad. That show turned sideways in a hurry.
they turned didn't The Walking Dead get a spin-off where it's just Daryl?
I think, or I don't know. I quit watching a long time ago. Like all
For a
these
period,
shows.
I loved zombie stuff. I watched like every zombie franchise, and then I just burnt myself out on it, and I stopped caring with Walking Dead. I
Well,
agree though, the Shane and Rick drama at the beginning of Walking Dead was very well done.
oh, it was awesome. I loved it. And then it just and I actually really liked the whole arguing about like one of my favorite scenes in that show was in like the second season when they're all like he's the farmer guy has them all in the barn and the dude Shane or whatever lets them out and he's like they're dead and he starts shooting them. That was awesome. Like you just try to like get it into his fucking thick skull like they're fucking dead, bucko. Like that was a great scene, very dramatic. I loved it. But yeah, that show went sideways. Do people still watch The Simpsons?
I think Simpsons is going to come to an end here. A lot of their people, they've had to kill them off because the voice actor is like dying or retiring. I think that's a show. It's crazy to think that something like that will probably end in your lifetime, even though I never really watched it that much. It's such like a it's basically unavoidable. I think even people that have never watched a whole episode still have like a good idea of the general characters in the show just because it's seen absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, you know, the problem is like my lady friend watches everything. She's got like Hulu and Netflix and all the fucking slop, you know. She's got it all. And I every time we watch stuff, I just have to like I'm I have to point out like woke gay shit every time, and then she hates it when I do that.
You ever see the meme where it's like a guy sitting on the couch with his wife and it's talking about how she made him get like a little bell to ring instead every time he sees something on TV that pisses him off because
Heard
he has
about that.
time
I
to
heard
watch
about that. Oh fuck! Somebody was in the chat. I freaking wanted to read it or react to it. Oh, back to the zombie thing. The reason I liked zombies movies was because of the practical effects, and I love survival. Like you talked about how you like films with like an evil, or a
like a
giant.
giant creature. Yeah.
I like survival films, like The Edge, the bear or whatever movie. Uh,
Okay.
that's a great film, just because of like the whole fighting over the woman again too. I don't know if you saw the movie The Edge, but the billionaire gets stranded in the woods with his quote unquote friends, and meanwhile his friend was fucking his wife the whole time, and tries to get him killed or whatever, and so he can get the money and get the woman, and he just acts, he it was like a good way to um kill two birds with one stone. You get rid of the husband and you get the money and the woman or whatever. So
Yeah.
that the movie's great. But back to the zombie stuff. The reason I like the original ones, like the original Donna, these are movies from the 80s, you guys, like the early 90s, late 70s, 80s, with the practical effects, and the less of this jump scare, like fast moving zombies, that are like just completely um they're like hopped up or whatever on speed or whatever. Like I did like 28 Days Later, even though it's I've been sort of the anti-white stuff's been pointed out in that movie. Still
Yeah. At
didn't.
the time, I agree, it was a good movie, but viewed through that lens, it's unfortunate because it is.
But yeah, I like the practical effects with less of the CGI, the AI, the special effects, all that kind of crap. I wasn't into it, and I'll still watch those films, um because it's like this, attachment I had as a young person. Like I said with the shark movies, I'll still watch the newer zombie movies, and I almost always hate them or don't really approve or think they're awful, but I'll still, kind of try to get through some of them. As I've gotten older, I'm actually kind of, I don't know how to. There's this thing where I hated anything with an older setting. But now that I'm older, like I do like the Game of Thrones, like before guns and stuff, firearms. I do like the westerns that I didn't like westerns growing up. Now I like westerns. So things kind of change when you get a little older, I think.
Yeah. My father used to love watching westerns. I still haven't really gotten the knack for it yet.
Do you like South Park, Western Clan? Like, be honest. Do you like it?
See, that was a crazy one. When I was a kid, I really liked it. Yeah, I was a big fan. I watched every episode. And even kind of into my later adult life, like when I was in my mid 20s, I was still watching it. And then at a certain point, it's like they forgot who their audience were and just started like attacking their audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, the chuds at home couldn't watch it anymore or appreciate it as much. I never liked it, man. I just couldn't get into South Park. It's just too fucking stupid for me and like silly. And everybody I knew loved it. Like they watched every episode, and like I just wanted to go home if it was at somebody's house and they threw it on the television or what. I hated it. Fucking hated South Park. I liked King of the Hill, and I liked Beavis and Butthead. Hell, I like Mike Judge.
I mean, people would say that South Park was very Jay-ish, and they'd be right. But even something like uh King of the Hill is too. Like your Dale Gribble's just literally like a cuck. Like what other show had a character that was just an overt cuck, just getting John Redcorned every episode? Like I I like the show. I think it's funny, like it's I think my favorite episode was when Hank Hill bought a new truck and he's sitting there in the garage like wondering why he can't he's still anxious. He can't relax, and so he takes a hammer and smashes his new truck with it, and goes, "Oh, finally!" Like the first scratch is on it. He doesn't need to worry about like keeping it perfect anymore. He can use it
Well,
as a tool.
I'm not gonna lie, like that's what I like when you buy like a new product. Once you fucking like ding it or whatever, it's like a almost a good thing. Now you don't like you're not like a anal about your little toy or whatever anymore. Like
Yeah,
it's almost like good to have the battle scars or the it's like the adds character or whatever.
yeah. What do they have? Oh, they have on CS:GO for the skins. They have a bunch of like name things like something can be tarnished, heavily tarnished, like battle worn. It's all like different qualities of the same skins on them. They're like rolling for rarity.
Did you ever watch Futurama? Because my brother loved that show. I never got into it.
Um, yeah, for a while, because the thing is that at least before you got internet, like the TV was just like your YouTube tab that you left running all the time while you did something else throughout the day. So depending on your like television packages, like my family never had very big expense. It was basically it was just like basic cable. So you don't have a lot of the shows. You end up kind of watching the same shit as everybody else that's on the same TV package as you.
Yeah, everyone's watching
So
the same shit. You could talk about it.
yeah,
Dismal,
so
I'm with you, man. Dismal, I'm totally with you. I was a serious fag. I still am kind of. I never could like I just couldn't get into comedy for the most part. My friends or my lady friend or people that have come over and like viewed like looked through my films or my DVDs or whatever, they all say like all this is dark and like serious. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what I like. I like movies like Narc, cops and robbers and bank robberies and just hardcore like the scary or just crime and murder and mystery and just I never got into the levity stuff, and now I've kind of exhausted all that, especially because nothing new is good anymore. Like none of the new films or shows are watchable for me. So I've had to sort of broaden my horizon or whatever. And my lady friend's dad has like hundreds of DVDs, and it's all levity. It's all like Billy Crystal and like Steve Martin, these types of like the 80s and the 90s and rom-coms. And I'm trying to watch some of this stuff because like I've exhausted everything else, and I really don't. I'm not. Some of them are okay, but I can't do levity and and appreciate it like I can appreciate like a more cerebral, like hardcore or dark movie.
I think comedy is very specific to the individual. Even if you have a lot in common with somebody else, I think people's taste in humor differs a lot. I would say that I don't like comedy either, but there's a couple comedies that I really liked. But I also don't think that if I shared them with people, they'd find them similarly enjoyable. I remember for a period of time people were going crazy about that Dane Cook guy, talking about how funny he is. Like, oh my god, have you heard Dane Cook's new stand up? And it just did nothing for me at all, yet somehow it was popular.
Yeah, even Evil Dead. I tried to rewatch Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness, and it's like campy and fun. I don't like it though. Like I was just bored, and I tried to watch it. I kind of like the Bruce Campbell guy, but nah, it's not good. I don't know. I don't know why people like it's overrated in my opinion. Oh, I
I
got
think
a comedy movie you guys would like. Scotty Boom mentioned Super Bad. And what I would say to that is don't watch Super Bad, watch Super. Super is a great movie. It's that Dwight character from The Office or whatever. It's a pretty funny movie. Like I actually like that. It's called Super. It's got the guy Dwight from The Office in it. I think it's got that one James Gunn who was accused of bad behavior and he got canceled for like 10 seconds and then they brought him back. I don't know if you're familiar with James Gunn stuff, but yeah, he got like canceled for like a second for some kind of inappropriate behavior. I forgot what it was, but the movie's Super. I actually like that. That was a James Gunn movie, I think.
I've probably seen something he made, but I just can't think of it at the
I
moment.
haven't watched too much of his stuff. He's really popular, but I haven't watched his stuff. Like I think he did like Guardians of the Galaxy or something, or like kid
Oh,
kind of
he makes a lot of cape shit.
yeah, like dumb, silly stuff. Yeah, Tropic Thunder was actually pretty funny. Not gonna lie. You know what I love about Tropic Thunder, Slick on Top? The reason I like Tropic Thunder is because everything's sort of inverted. Everything's sort of they literally used all the Jewish characters as like the Rambo characters, and all the goys and all the white people were like the Jewish people, like the agents and the produce, like they literally changed it all around with the ethnicity or the makeup of the characters. So the Jews were the white guys. The black guys were the white guys. They did the blackface. I mean, they couldn't make that movie today.
The guy in the chat says Napoleon Dynamite was funny because it's true to life / realistic of what it's like in small town Midwest USA. I remember thinking Napoleon Dynamite was so funny because of how the main character obviously lamented his own life. And like the hostile reactions of normies in that movie. I think my favorite scene is when he's sitting in the classroom eating the tater tots out of his pocket. First of all, that kid in his class would demand that he gives him some of the tater tots. And second, when he tells him he's not giving him any, and the kid's reaction is to immediately kick him in the leg and smush them in his pocket so he can't even eat them. That's basically public school right in a nutshell.
Yeah, I like Napoleon Dynamite because of its, like the guy said, it was Midwest, and I had space boots growing up. Like when I was 8 or 9 years old, I literally had space boots. Like, and I actually kind of liked them. They were like you'd get made fun of, like even I think when I had them, like they weren't like cool then even, but I liked them. They worked.
It also depicted very realistically like the families. I think his mom was like I know his dad wasn't around in the movie. His mom was kind of a weird character, if I remember. And he had that like older cousin or uncle or whatever that
Yeah, the
fucking
van. He had like
I
a
like I like threw the steak and hit him in the face. Like it's just it was really good at the time. I'm not
yeah, it doesn't hold up as
it
much as it
and
did.
I think the concept of it will grow with relevance with the incel stuff. You could probably go back and watch it and there'd be a lot more in there than we even seen at the time. Because it is a very black-pilled movie. It basically gives like a look of what life as a loser is.
Have you been following the Styx Hexenhammer lore?
I used to listen to that guy a little bit in like 2016 and very, very lightly. Like I heard there was some stuff going on with him and girls where he was like chasing them around with a knife or something. I think he just got arrested again recently.
Well, I thought it was funny. Aquino Casino's like calling out all the incels because, like, look at Sticks. He's got a harem of women. Like, there's no reason to be an incel, Bucko. Like, it's preposterous.
Yeah, but look at all the problems that he has with them. Like, it's not like he gets good results. Like, these women are making accusations against him.
Oh, they've ruined his life.
You
Like,
know what he's
they've ruined
using
his
though.
life.
He just basically cult leader maxed.
I mean, he's a weird looking fuck, man, and he's got the fucking pirate hat or pirate get up, and he's got rituals and like and he's talking about magic, and I mean, it works, man. You can get some tail, I guess. Just pretend to be a fucking pirate who has like magical powers, and you'll get women.
I mean, women are. Do you watch any of Hyperborean Knowledge's stuff?
I'm sub to his channel, but I've been reluctant to watch his
He
stuff.
makes a lot of stuff talking, at least in his earlier days, a lot of stuff about witches. Okay, and unironically, like you know, people call me schizo or whatever, but I think that majority of women are practicing witches. I think that they view it as rebelling against the patriarchy. And there's a lot of women out there that do this. So if you're a guy like Styx, that even if you're like a cringe pirate maxer, um,
I want to get back into watching his channel. I am sub to it. I liked it when he did some live streams. I really enjoyed those, and he puts out these kind of more polished videos, and that's not my cup of tea generally. But I'm gonna try to get through some of his channel a little bit. I don't know. I've been lazy, and I know he's a good YouTuber, but I really liked his live streams. I wish he'd do that more. That's kind of like more of my wheelhouse. I mean, even Scotty Boom in the chat, he uploads videos like 1 2 hour long videos. Like, just do it live, Bucko. Figure it out. Like, I don't know. I don't want to watch a fucking upload. I want to watch a live stream. That's kind of a little under the radar, and no one's really caught. And I don't know. I'm more into like the kind of micro streams, live streams versus the sort of put together videos that are edited and got some visuals and shit. That's just, not a criticism. It's just not my favorite flavor of YouTube or whatever.
CD's asking, talk about Ilya Tapuria getting blackmailed by his wife. I mean,
I don't know who that is.
so Ilya Tapuria is this like Spanish guy that has been doing very well in UFC. He's like undefeated. He KO'd all the previous kind of champions, cleaned out his division. For a while, people were saying that he might be like the best to ever do it because he made easy work of Volkanov, who was thought to be like kind of the best at that weight class. And I guess I didn't even hear about this till now, but I guess the guy, he's being basically, what does the article say here? Um,
Yeah, somebody should send me his
yeah,
stuff, Discord or Telegram.
they're basically like he's basically being extorted. Like his wife is saying that he has to pay her a bunch of money or she's going to accuse him of domestic abuse.
So I wanted to maybe ask you about the YouTube life a little bit, because I've been following and watching YouTube for 15 plus years. And everybody who uses like who face fags, they're 90% of them, their lives are in disarray. I mean, I guess Destiny's like overcome sexual allegations and weird behavior because he's like a lefty, and I mean he's been knocked down a peg maybe a little bit. He's been demonetized, but I mean, if you look at like the Quarterine, Styx Hexenhammer, um, I mean, there's a long list of these people. Ethan Ralph. I mean, all these people. They had a come up. They had a big. They hit it big, and now they're all broke and like struggling and e-bagging. And there's just a lot of these clowns on the internet. They had a fucking good thing going, and it's just a mess now for all these people. Their lives are, I don't know. They're now. I mean, how do you go back to normal life and be like get a job, but you've lost all your sub count, your funding, your sponsors, your monetization. This is kind of a thing in the YouTube space when it comes to even like moderately right wing type people. I don't know if you've noticed that. I mean, that's what I've noticed with all these different content creators. They were riding high for a while, and most of them are just having a tough time.
I think it's kind of like how professional athletes a lot of the time burn through all their money. You know, people kind of strike it big unexpectedly, and just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you're going to be able to keep a lot of money. That whole having it burn a hole in your pocket is a real thing, especially if you like grew up poor or something, because spending money will almost be like a big like dopamine hit. Like when I go shopping for car parts, that's basically what it is. You know, like I'm not really any better than a woman just pissing away the credit card at the mall.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that a lot of these guys are not gonna have much of a. The money's kind of drying up, and you were cool for a minute. I mean, even like what was his name? That British dude who did the anti-social justice warrior. He like tried to run for like politics. What was his name? I forget his name. Sargon. Sargon. I mean, Sargon of Akkad was on Joe Rogan. I mean, I'm sure he's doing okay. He's probably not totally broke, but he was huge for a while, and then now he's kind of just nobody cares. I mean, people watch him maybe still. I guess I suppose.
To me, it's just very milk toast. I struggle to listen to him.
Yeah, I don't listen to Tim Pool or the Quartering or Sargon. I don't watch these people. I mean, I never really did watch them, but when they were going, I guess I kind of did. Um, there was one thing I wanted to ask you about Western Decline is you've heard about like the H1B1 thing or whatever with all the cheap labor and the Indians and stuff. You've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it just like a conspiracy or how do I say it? Like H1B1 is for the establishment, not necessarily just for cheap labor. It's for established corporations, established monopolies so that they can keep their monopoly. It's not necessarily just bringing in people for cheap labor. It's like almost like where they're funneled into these corporations to maintain their hegemony or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah, how would they be maintaining the hegemony though? Like what's the mechanism that they'd be using them for?
That
Is
H1B1's for certain people, not for everybody. Or certain.
Okay, so like if you have a company that's big enough, you can lobby the government to give
Yeah,
you
like
access to H1B1s, and then with H1B1s, you can make your operating costs so low that,
no one's threatening you.
yeah, you have an effective monopoly because nobody else has access to subsidized labor. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm reaching, but
No, it makes sense. I hate when people call that fascism though. They say, "Oh, it's the fusion between big business and big government." Like it's doesn't you kind of want to have business fused with your government for positive reasons, not like shit like that.
yeah. I mean, it's just handshake, backdoor kind of deals for, you know, people that made it or the elite or whatever. Is what, in my opinion, kind of what I. Yeah, iDubbbz another one. Wasn't that guy like a big dog one
Well,
day?
I think that he got cucked out by his girlfriend because he used to do like content cop. He used to like borderline say the N-word. He used to be a chud. And then he got like this gross like art ho girl that cucks him and has an OnlyFans. And ever since then he's just turned into like a reprehensible pussy.
Yeah, I was even emailing or not DMing Dismal about we talk about wrestling once in a while because I don't know he's into it a little bit or aware of followed it a little like and I was forwarding some stuff about the Undertaker because the Undertaker had a podcast or or a YouTube channel or whatever. He was doing big things and then he fired his the co-host and brought in his wife and ruined the whole show. Like, what a retard.
Some of these guys though, I think that maybe they don't have a choice because you see it happen so often, and what ruins the show is not necessarily somebody bringing in their wife, but bringing in a wife that is like a specific type of woman. And I actually see this all the time. I follow a bunch of small YouTube channels for that do content of one of the vehicles that I have. And invariably, once the channel hits a certain size, like once it's like you have 40, 50,000 subscribers, you're making some money off of it, then all of a sudden a woman that was like just in the background that never wanted to participate in it, now she wants to become one of the main characters now that it's actually taken off. All the work's been put in, now she wants to be in front of an audience. And I think that
Yeah,
these
even
women
these
probably make it a point of their relationship remaining. Like, you either let me on the fucking show and we do this together, or I'm breaking up with you because you spend too much time on that dumb show of yours.
it's kind of why I respect Fuentes, not letting a woman like control his life or whatever. Like I know he's been kind of, I don't know, mainstream and maybe backpedal on some stuff, but like he's really good on the woman thing. Like I don't know, he just not letting a woman like fuck up his life like sticks or whatever.
Yeah, and how the only way he's managed to do that is the whole no e-girls ever. It turns out if you just completely avoid women, then you have a chance of
Like Raymond's begging for an e-girl and Fuentes says no e-girl ever. It's like the opposite angle, you know.
Has Raymond been doing that?
Oh yeah, he wants to win. He wants 100,000 subs so that he can get a woman.
Is that what he's saying? That is like
Oh, he's
his.
been saying it for months. Like
Oh my god. Crowdfunding a wife. Interesting. That's a
you know, I
that takes some
rarely
real chutzpah.
I rarely listen to him. And I popped into his live chat and immediately he starts ripping me and talking shit about me. It's like, dude, I didn't ruin your YouTube channel, man. You ruined he self-sabotaged. Like you literally ban everybody in your chat, your live chat. You ban your fucking subs or you know your pay pigs. Like somebody sends you a super chat and you ban them and you think your channel is gonna grow. It seems pretty retarded to me. I mean, that's half the appeal is just haters. Like banning all the haters your channel.
Yeah, like Broski, like Broski makes I gotta love Broski because he gets on my nerves when he's posting about me, but when he's posting about anybody else in the chat, he's making me laugh like crazy. So I can't
Well, Broski's another one.
I can't hate him that much.
Broski's been following me on YouTube for years. He's like an original listener, so I can't really hate the guy. Like he's a troll and he likes to fucking stir the pot. And try to...
Yeah, he's excellent at just throwing gas on fires.
Yeah, man. What else can we talk about? There's another thing I kind of wanted to ask you about. This is kind of like a conspiracy or whatever, or just some dumb thing I've like observed and people have talked about on the internet is celebrities and the Bluetooth connection, the AirPods, the wireless headsets. Athletes and celebrities are always captured in video or pictures with the hardline headphones. These people are wealthy, they can afford the Bluetooth. Like what's going on there? Can you explain that to me? I really don't understand. Like how is this
This is a thing?
Yeah, literally every celebrity and athlete has hardline headphones. Why? Like
This
why?
particular brand?
No, the Bluetooth, whatever brand it is, but
Oh, like they're wired.
they're wired up on every picture and every visual. Like when you see the athletes, wandering into the stadium with their fancy.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's very simple. It's like so you know how they found out that putting your phone in your pocket because of the magnetic fields or whatever, it like cooks your sperm count, stuff like that. Like
Do you believe that?
there's a whole bunch of risks with it. I do believe it. And it's probably similar with using wireless headphones. You use those, and
Fry in your brain or whatever.
15, 20 years down the line from the popularization of them, you'll end up with a brain cancer epidemic or something, or brain tumor epidemic. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like See, for me, I prefer the wireless because there's no wire to get caught up in things. If I'm like waging or I'm like doing some kind of a task, I don't want the wire there. But if you're a celebrity and all you really do is go out for food, be photographed, occasionally exercise, and then once every 10 years pop out and be in a film for several $1 million,
Well, another
you
thing,
don't really have that as a concern.
another thing too is I think a lot of employers don't like approve of it, so they use like these people use the Bluetooth to like hide the fact that they have it. That's kind of another thing I think where like you're not it's not like in the work handbook policy. So you're wearing your little earmuffs over them or you're hiding them with your hair. So you're getting away with something at work where
Well,
you get
yeah, and that's actually there was a video that went viral on Twitter recently where a woman was complaining that some guy who was at least 6 years older than her came over and asked her out while she was in the gym. And she had headphones like that were completely covered by her hair, and the women in the comments were going, actually, having your headphones in means don't come up and fucking talk to me, and has in public for decades. But she was like baiting it because you couldn't even see the headphones. Like they were completely obscured by her hair. So I can see why employers wouldn't like them. When I was waging, the Indians figured that out. You'd see the Indian truck drivers or just about any job, they'd always be wearing a Bluetooth headset,
oh even
yammering
like
away
the
at the other Jeeps.
Uber
Oh
drivers,
yeah. Yes, yes,
DoorDashers.
yes, yes. They're always on the headset. And it's because it makes it tolerable. If you can just sit there and bullshit on voice chat with the boys while you're waging all day long, it it immediately takes like 50% of the stress of the day away because misery loves company. So if you have your friends there with you while you're suffering, it mitigates it greatly. I can see why employers wouldn't like it, even if it has no negative effect on productivity and even if your productivity went up while wearing the headset. Your employer wouldn't like it for the same reason employers didn't like people working from home. Right? They want a lot of them seem to want that power trip of, yeah, I'm paying you. You're dependent on me for your rent or whatever.
Did you have any issues driving, doing deliveries with your phone usage or break times or eating food or smoking or using chewing tobacco or anything like that?
Uh, well, most of my work was done away from, like, I wasn't supervised while working, so as long as I completed it in a reasonable period of time, there was never really any like they just said don't smoke in the truck, and obviously you're supposed to be sober, so it wasn't. Most of it was I take caffeine pills, energy drinks. Maybe maybe I'd like pull over and get food. That's about it. Like, but if even doing a half-assed job, you do a better job than most of the employees they've had. That's one thing that I've learned. So don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah. What is your go-to when you would like go to lunch break? Like what's a restaurant you'd like to hit up?
It would depend because I had different routes that I do deliveries on. So
Do you ever get
each
like
route would maybe
gas
have a place
station
that I
pizza?
liked. Uh, Not gas station pizza necessarily, but if I had a guilty pleasure, it would be the taquitos at 7-Eleven. Like, I think those were really good. I'd usually stop and get a
Are
slushy too because it was
are
always mad hot.
are 7-Elevens like nice? Or are they like run down and
Uh,
full of
they're they're not nice, but I'd basically put them. A 7-Eleven is the McDonald's of convenience stores, where the advantage of the 7-Eleven is that they're consistent. You always know what you're going to get when you walk into one.
Yeah. Uh bro, I was at a sports bar last week, hanging out having like a Italian sandwich or something. I forgot what I had, French fries, whatever I was eating. There's a woman sitting at the bar like 2 seats over or whatever. She was like a Muslim black woman, but she had like one of those nose rings, the bull rings. like so she's got her hair all covered up and everything, but she's got a bull ring. I just think it's bizarre, man. It's like this weird amalgamation, like the new American. I couldn't even believe it. Like, why is she here by herself with a nose ring and a hijab? It was so weird, man. Like, I
That's
don't.
such an odd combination, the hijab and the nose ring. It's like it makes me think maybe in the Muslim Quran or whatever, there's nothing there about getting dumb fucking piercings, so the women feel like,
Is
oh well,
Canada
I can do this.
is Canada like Canada like that, like cocked where they see people like this and think it's not a big deal?
Yes.
Like Canada's supposed to be like a white country. It's like full of like nice white people, right?
No, it's like 20% Indian now, and that's on
And they
what's on
think
the
they're
books.
they think they're Canadian, like normies.
I mean, the more sensible ones don't. Like you see it with the Chinese immigrants here, where like the Chinese immigrants know what's up. They're not retarded. The Chinese immigrants max out all their credit cards, do a big debt bomb, and then go back to China. Like after they do the schooling here. Like I don't. Indians, it's so much better than India though. Like if you're a Chinese student and you come here, you'd appreciate China so much more, I imagine. Because this is you go to China, there's not fucking homeless people rotting all over the place. It's just atmospherically so much better, I imagine. But if you're an Indian, it's so hard to do worse than living in India. So like no matter where they go, they really want to stay there. So if that means pretending that they're Canadian, then they're going to do it.
Yeah, that just seems crazy to me that people think this is even acceptable in any way or form. Oh, that's wild to me. I mean, I think it's weird. Like living in Minnesota, like you see all these like Somalians and I mean every once in a while, like lately I've been seeing a lot of diversity just showing up at bars, even single like women. Like this Asian woman. I'm hanging out at like a Buffalo Wild Wings, like happy hour, having a beer and like some wings or whatever. And there's a fucking Asian like woman with she's tatted up. She's not ugly. Like she's just, 28 years old and probably ran through whatever. But she's got the fucking tats, she's got the nose ring, and she's showing up by herself at a bar, sitting in a sports bar. It's like, can't I just hang out with my homies and just not deal with some random fucking thought, like nasty thought? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me to see all these different races like adopting all the what the dumb white women do or whatever.
Yeah, letting them choose their own aesthetic has been a disaster for the human race. I think that would be the most obvious thing where the left and the right could at least align that like there's a lot of women that seem to have made it their desire in life to become as unattractive to men as possible. And it's not like we're not talking like an incel dude that's just born with all the worst features. He got the absolute worst roll of the dice, but women are the only ones that seem to they can be born like very beautiful and they will destroy it intentionally. I've never seen a Chad do that. Connor Murphy goes bald but he didn't do it intentionally, right? These women will get the face piercings, the buzz cuts, get fucking retarded ugly tattoos. They'll go try and turn themselves into an incel male that they wouldn't fuck.
Somebody in the chat wants to know when the last time I ate pussy. I don't go down on women.
Yeah, address the subject.
Women are it's just your turn, bucko. Like if you get access to a woman, like that's great, but you don't do oral on a woman.
No,
Like
that's what killed my dad, actually.
I'm actually not against oral sex if it's like a hot young teenager who's like a virgin. But some sloppy seconds, like I'd never go down on women. Like never. I don't even really like to like stick my hands in their coochie.
No, it wasn't something that necessarily offended my ideas if it's like somebody else's dick hasn't been in there, but when my dad died of throat cancer from HPV, and he had like a new girlfriend at the time, and I'm 99% convinced that she like murdered him with her like poisonous pussy.
Probably.
Cause he's my dad quit smoking in his like late 20s when he had kids, and I'd never seen him with a cigarette or anything since. So like he gets the throat cancer, but my mother, who smokes a pack a day, doesn't.
Yeah, I don't do anal sex. I don't lick the kitty. I don't do that. I don't even really like blowjobs, to be honest. Like it's kind of like I don't know. I just find like I think less of women if they like suck your dick because that means they're like a whore and gross. I mean, I'm not like against it. I mean, if they're gonna suck your dick, great. But I'm just not like making them or telling them to do it ever because it's just kind of degrading and I don't know. I get it, guys. You want to like stick it in all the like the three-hole princess. Like I get it. You want to fuck her in every orifice or whatever, like a homie. I'm just not into it, man. I want the wet puss. Like I don't want the butthole and orals. I mean, I guess if they suck a good dick, I guess. But then like if they suck a good dick, they're like a dirty whore.
I don't see. I'm
Well,
kind of
maybe that's wrong.
skeptical of
Maybe
that
that's
because I
maybe
don't
that's
think it's very hard.
yeah. It's not something like women know how to do it. They don't need to be
It's
taught.
pretty
Yes.
intuitive, I imagine. It's not like don't fucking drag your teeth up and down the thing. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck. Like
What do you? What I think we've talked about this. Do you have an opinion about condoms? Do you think they're? What do you think about condoms? Like, I don't wear condoms, but
I think that if I ever managed to get it in, it would just be a moving goalpost thing for me. Where if I happen to get laid with a condom, I feel like it wouldn't even count, and my brain would just go, okay, well now I have to try and do it without one. So it feels like a little like latex Jewish intervention. Like you finally get the girl, or you thought you did. No, you got a little Jewish sheath on your dick, so you don't even get to enjoy that after all your work. I mean, I got some flack for advocating or playing devil's advocate for vasectomies on one of these channels, but that's only because for me it would be something that like if I was sexually active, I wouldn't want to be having children and I wouldn't want to be having to wear a condom. So for me, I'd probably want a vasectomy. I'd like freeze sperm so I could this is all hypothetical, by the way, like a non.
well, if you have to wear a condom, then you don't want to. You're scared of getting her pregnant because she's like not a good enough woman, or she doesn't approve. You're not like instinctually approving of it. But then if you have to wear a condom, then she's dirty, and then you probably shouldn't have sex with her anyway. And they're all on birth control, so they're not going to get pregnant anyway. So yeah, condoms a no go. I don't. Do people still buy them and use them? I don't know. They've got to be like expired. Like you go to the gas station and get some quick little box of condoms to have your little fun or whatever. The condom box has probably been sitting there for 3 years.
This would actually be a wonderful way to um dashboard demographic research style if you could get access to the sales figures for condoms. I wonder what the sales figures for condoms have looked like over the years. Even if you just plotted it generally over the years.
That's why capitalism's fake, man. Like condoms are probably given to the third world. I've heard they like just drop pallets of the shit in like the third world. So it's like these companies. How could a condom company like turn a profit? I don't see it. I don't understand it. There's no way.
Yeah, they give them away at schools here.
Yeah, don't wear condoms, guys. That'd be don't. Yeah, condoms are no go. I want to talk about Craig Kander for just a second. Craig Kander posted about how this space, this sphere, the black pill, face fagging, is retarded. Um, Troon seekings, the way bucko, like kind of a straw man kind of thing, but as if that's like I don't think that's like the majority of people's opinions. But I mean, what do you think about it? Like, people who use their face on YouTube and talk about controversial topics. Do you think it's
I don't necessarily begrudge them. I think that I find them boring, generally speaking, because I know for a fact in 99.99% of cases that if somebody is attaching their face to what they're saying, their opinions are going to be real boring. It's kind of a catch-22 because either their opinions are not as transgressive as they think they are, and so there's no real kind of bravery in the act of showing their face associated with those opinions, or somebody's opinions are actually that um, off the beaten path or whatever, and they still choose to show their face. Well, I think that they're kind of like stupid because they don't understand normies putting like a target on your head for something that you said as like an offhand comment.
yeah,
And
I
this,
don't.
I don't. This wasn't necessarily about Craig. That's just what comes to mind with face fagging people. I don't necessarily dislike them for it. I just generally I won't listen to somebody that does face fag because most of the time I've done it, it's some like normie that I don't want to listen to, and I
Well,
don't
to
have
me,
time to sift through the haystack for needles.
let me clarify. Like when I talk about how like hating on grifters or whatever, the grifting isn't the problem. It's that if you can't, you're not you're not going against anything if you're grifting or using your face on camera, or you're using face fagging. It's that you're not, if you were, that's like the appeal with Nick Fuentes, because it is a mission impossible at this point. Why people like Fuentes is he got in early enough to be able to collect enough clout, enough money, enough um, subscribers and followers. Like that ship sailed now. Like you can't become like a edgy grifter and be like this white chud or whatever and say what you really think with your camera and actually gain a large
No,
following.
the market is saturated. It's like the new pro gamer of 2025, where that's what the dream job of the male is now, is to rant into a camera for $1 million a year, to be an Asmongold, to be a Nick Fuentes or whatever.
You know, and then Craig Kenner was, when he posted that about like the whole Troon maxing, and like that's like an idea. I don't think that's like consensus or everyone like agrees with that. That's just like a very like niche, small sample of like this community where they're willing to fuck a hot, lady boy or whatever. And I know maybe you've said like you're cool with it or would like maybe go along with that, but I don't think most people like believe that, right? I mean,
I like using it as a rhetorical device because where do you draw the line on femininity and masculinity? Is the girl, if assuming passable, okay? If somebody actually pretends to be a girl, they put more effort into being feminine than a lot of women do today. Like we were just talking about how women destroy themselves. Like women try to be masculine, women try to be farm animals, women try to be like sailors and barflies and GI Janes. So to me, a lot of women are they may as well be men themselves. Yeah, it's
yeah,
technically a girl,
that's
but
we
it's
mentioned it before in
literally
the beginning of the stream. We're not marrying hoes and whores. Like I don't like, oh, just lower your standards, marry the thought whore or marry the fat girl. Like, are men gonna do that? Like maybe, I guess some will.
even if the guys wanted to, the women don't. Like this, even that's like an old assumption. Like, oh yeah, you can marry the hoe, or you can marry the land whale or whatever. But they don't want you either in most cases.
Here's my
So
bucko. Like, Fuentes was saying women have three, and I just fundamentally disagree. Like he said, he made a post on X or Twitter recently about how like they can be career women or they can be whores or they can be mothers, and I think they can be all three. And you're just like naive to it. Like he's almost naive or behind the fucking curve on this. I mean, women get everything. They get to be whores, they get to be mothers, and they get to work. They can literally land all three in a row. I mean, and just live their lives. Like this idea that they have to make a choice is just not true, in my opinion. Am I wrong about that, Declan?
Yeah, I think the idea that women hit the wall and they'll eventually be undesirable, I just don't think checks or passes the smell check.
Have you heard of City Crusher, the YouTuber?
Yeah, as a Jewish guy.
Oh, he's Jewish?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I haven't been following him that long. I watched a little bit of his stuff in more recent weeks.
I like some of his early stuff, but then his slant on things kind of
Well, people like City Crusher and like Chads and like looks doesn't matter, like it's status, and like look at Clavicular. He's getting rejected by like these sorority girls, and they're making fun of him, and Scotty Boom's like saying, "Oh yeah, all the Chads get all the tail," and I mean, it's not. This is a little more complex, I think. What do you think? Like,
I think Clavicular, if he's not careful, is gonna overplay his hand. Because he is good looking, but he's not like insanely good looking. He's a little bit above high tier normie. His height is really carrying him. And I think that if he runs around and goes full chud mode, like Zerka got away with doing a lot less for a period of time. I don't think he does it much anymore. Women will move on fast, and once women as a collective decide we're not fucking with this guy anymore, you're kind of shut out permanently.
well, that's the thing. Women have power that you don't realize. That you can fucking run around and think you're a big dog, Mister Clavicular, but you know you're like women are like a hive mind. They're gonna fucking shut you out, Bucko. Like you can fucking you can think you're this big dog and I'm look smacks and I got it all figured out. And it's like, well, women will just say, you know what? Shut that,
Yeah.
you know, like you're not in. You're not in.
Tomorrow it can be over and done with. Because guys like that often delude themselves into thinking that the women aren't making conscious decisions to get with them. And women are very calculating. And if you don't find out necessarily how calculating they are until they calculate that they're done with you. So these guys usually have big egos though. They think that they they're particularly skillful or something. And that their charms just overwhelm women when really just for one reason or another women decided to grace that guy with a period of popularity amongst them.
Do you want to take a few calls, Buster Decline?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, Scotty Boom was talking about kind of checking on checking the red pill. You know, he's saying that women don't want security, they want luxury. And that's kind of the problem. Like they don't want us, they don't want men, or they don't they want, you know, to be just live, you know, easy and like, you know, high and ivory towers. Like the whole, you know, security is like, this is maybe we're just, it's semantics. Like security means like you're a hot shot and you can like provide a nice life for them, but maybe it's luxury that he's kind of pointing out that's more important. And I don't want to be like an NBA player who's just taking care of like and housing women all over the country, like, you know, Shaquille O'Neal or whatever. Retarded to me. Like he's just a big simp. All right. The link's in the chat, you guys. If somebody wants to call in and ask a question. IUDs. What's an IUD? Is that the birth control thing?
It's an implanted urinary.
I thought it was an
device
IED.
or
Is
something.
it IUD or IED?
Whatever. It's the thing they stuff up their holes.
I think
It's like,
it's a cheat code. I think it's a cheat code for women. I think it's like they get to just whore it up and they don't have any consequences. Well, I guess if you sleep with enough men, you'll get like diseases and stuff. But I think it's just like a cheat code for women or whatever. Like they get to fucking have as much fucking sex without it having periods, and I think that's what it does, right? It UTI or
It's an IUD, I believe, an interurinary device or something like that.
yeah, I think that's a way for women to just get away with whatever they want to do, and
I imagine it's not very comfortable, to be honest. Like,
I can't imagine like women are cool with it. Like it kind of blows my mind that like you would be willing to like let some Jew doctor put that in your little coochie or whatever. Brutal.
it's amazing that women play so like high and mighty with their bodies. Like, if you grope them on a fucking subway in Japan, they go crazy. Like, phones have to have like fucking alert noises when the camera's open in Japan. For example, like that's coming to America, by the way, but it blows my mind because it's like, what the fuck are you wearing in public that can't be photographed? Like, you're the pervert, not even the guy. What were we talking about prior to this? How did I get on this topic?
Oh, somebody in the chat mentioned something. I forgot. What were we talking about? Oh,
Oh,
Chaz.
IUDs.
Yeah, I use.
What I was gonna say about that is that it blows my mind that you can go to prison for like 10 years if you grab a woman in public or something. Like, you just grab her titty or some shit. But women will go monthly to like the gynecologist or whoever does the breast cancer screenings, and they'll just have random people like explore around in their pussy or like squeeze their tits out and fucking x-ray them. It's very arbitrary with what is and isn't constituting like some sort of a infringement on the body.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually.
Yeah, here, doctor, stuff it up there so I can have unprotected sex. Oh,
Do you want to talk to Scotty Boom? Is that cool?
yeah, sure.
All right, Scotty Boom, you're live, Bucko.
How's it going, guys?
Howdy.
Pretty good.
Western, always a big fan. Western, I love your tweets, man. We suffer through similar problems with I call them last word niggas. Even the white people, they want to get the last word in, and then they block you. Can't reply because they block you, but they think they own you. They own you, chud. It's like, fuck off, whatever, man.
Basically, if you're blocking, you're tapping out.
I agree. I do not like to block people. That's the thing. Even on my channel, I let people shit talk me when they disagree. It's okay. I don't mind at all. So I had this girl that I was talking to. She'd be like, "You're insecure. Be honest. You don't like when they say things about you. You don't like when they call you sub fi." I'm like, "No, I'm really not bothered by it. It's not. I'm not like poor. I don't like to bring up all the time. Like poor Raymond. I know he gets it hard, so he wants to block it away. I don't mind. Anyways, I just wanted to clear something up for you, Thomas.
Poor Raymond.
Yeah, poor Raymond. Hello?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, no, I just wanted to clear up the whole chat thing for you. What I was saying was that one, because women now have the monetary dominance over us, the financial, the economic, it's allowed them to be able to chase the men that they desire the most. And if they face plan or fuck up, they're really in kind of a get out of jail free situation where they can always fall back on a different guy, the backup plan, or just say fuck it and live as a crazy cat lady or a spinster because they have the money to do so. So that's kind of what I would say about the chat. Also, as I think it was loser neat or something he was pointing out, which I agree, that a Chad today is an incel tomorrow. So I do agree that they also do potentially age out, and that's where the problem could be circular, where they're never really happy or satisfied. Women do not do well with long-term relationships. So yeah, you think like you're talking about with Clav, with Zerka, you think you're safe today, but tomorrow maybe you're not going to be, right? So just thought I'd come in to clear that up.
Yeah, no worries. fuck, I was reading the chat. What was I gonna say now? I forgot. Fuck. Oh, shit, I lost it. I was gonna say something or respond to somebody, and I can't find it. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah. Oh, well. Here's the problem, guys. Like, well, it's not that you know. Aaron Clary's saying they don't like us that much or whatever. Even he's
Fuck, I hate Clary so much. Oh my god.
yeah. I'm not sub to him. I'm on a new YouTube channel, so I gotta like resub to his channel. I haven't been following him, but being like the guy, it's just knowing what it is that women don't really want you. They wanted somebody else. So just dealing with that, knowing that she didn't really like you're like the cleanup guy or the backup plan. How's that going to work out in the future? Like we already got like you said, we're in total decline, the birth rates, all this, or you were saying something in the chat about it earlier about,
I think that I know that most people here are not a fan of Fresh and Fit or Myron Gaines at all, and I totally understand. But one thing that he does get right, that he's constantly reminding his fans, is that we very much are a minority in these spaces between the red pill and the black pill. We're very much so a minority, it seems. So many fucking guys are blue pilled, are simps, are normies, and frankly, they're willing to date down to a level that will kind of shock you. So when you see all these guys in the comments, I know Western, you're always kind of getting into it with the World of Warcraft. Which game do you play? WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah, the WoW guys. My wife this and my wife that. I think that a lot of these guys are just married to somewhat unattractive, unappealing ladies. To be honest, which is fine. I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm just saying, I think that we underestimate how little or how low the bar is for a lot of normie men, whatever they are. Not like super attractive, but even some that would shock you, right? Some guys that are really like, really, he's dating her or he's wifed up her. Jesus. So, to answer your question, Thomas, I just think there's a lot of guys that are willing to settle for anything. We're on an island starving to death, and some fat bitch who's a cracker comes along, and you're gonna,
Scotty, but you've been talking about all this, puss you've been slaying over the years. I mean, I'm kind of half kidding, but you know what I mean? Like you've got
I try to be realistic. I don't pretend to be a chat or something.
You've had some experiences. Like, what's the point of having you've already had the experience. So like, why do you want, isn't it just okay to be alone at this point? Like, do you really just want to have like a woman in your apartment living with you and not procreating? Like, what is that even appealing if you've had all the fun little younger, had the young tail in like your younger years and the fun stuff? Like, is it just like someone to like cuddle with at the end of the day? Like, don't you get kind of bored? Like, Dismal was in the chat saying like sex is disgusting. Now maybe like an incel wouldn't feel that way because they've never had it, but you've had experiences. Like, don't you get kind of just like bored with a woman or bored with your girlfriend, or this is not really gonna go anywhere? You're not gonna have like a big family and a big house, so maybe just like cut her off and just be not. I don't want to say MGTOW, but like, don't you get kind of maybe it'll get bored? You'll get bored with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm one of the few in the space that just kind of says that I can tolerate women's negatives and deficiencies for the positives.
Cleaning your bathroom or something? What is she doing? She's cleaning your bathroom? She helping you out?
I don't know. I hope so. Women are not too good at doing anything anymore, it seems, cleaning or cooking or whatnot. But I don't know. I guess I don't want to. I think Collective Dismal kind of talked about the same thing himself recently, where I don't know. We want companionship.
I honestly don't know if they ever were.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, if you look at the whole push of convenience with like microwave dinners and
dishwashers, laundry, yeah.
It's like, would those like have been necessary inventions if women did a good job of them prior to them coming?
Maybe that's the red pill or black pill. Like, you don't realize like women were never good at any of this shit. It was all a LARP or a lark or a lie. It's not real. That they aren't good at anything. They're not good caregivers. They're not good at fucking cleaning anything or cooking. They're not even good child. You see the rates with single dads with their own kids versus women or single moms. They're not good parents. They're not good cooks. They're not good at anything. They just got vagina.
Yeah. I've always just been like I guess a sex fiend or sex addict. I mean, I like it, I want it, and like I said, I don't mind being with a girl. I suppose. I mean, I guess some guys
How
like
young is
like.
your lady friend?
Well, she's very young. My lady friend.
Under
She's
22?
yes, yes, yes.
Oh
She
fuck.
she
You're
has
getting it
like
done, man. You're getting it
yeah,
in
she
there.
has a lot of issues. Like she likes age gaps, and so I was like, really? You're actually that's okay. That's it's hard to believe, but they're out there. There some of them are out there. I mean, it's a confusing time. The Gen Z men, they're very much so lost and directionless. Their own women hate them even more than our women hated us. So it's weird out there.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
I did see an article recently that was talking about how it actually had age gaps in a positive light, which is very rare. It was talking about Gen Z girls that are dating older guys because they thought older guys would be less tainted by the manosphere, was the angle of the article. Thinking they didn't grow up with like Andrew Tate and everything. And I don't, she better hope she doesn't get one of us, but like maybe that does generally apply, like because Gen Z and they seem to be the ones that are actually anti-Israel as well. So it wouldn't shock me if all of the kind of manosphere talking points also got like DLC'd to them.
As,
Scotty. Well, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to say, as far as I can tell, they don't care if you follow it or believe in it. They just don't want it shoved in their face. So they don't want to be in an argue. Like women do not like to argue. They don't like to be brought down. When I tried to explain the black pill to some of these Gen Z girls, they got really depressed and they got really angry. They just don't really want to think about it. You know what I mean? They like their reality TV. They like their fucking
Girls just want to have fun.
yeah, women are very blue pilled because they can be, right? So they don't want to have these like my girlfriend was telling me how some dude was arguing with her about abortions. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy arguing with you about abortions for? I don't want to tell her like I don't argue with women about things. I saw one of your old streams where you went off on a chick about that WD. Like, I don't want to talk to this dumb bitch. She's gonna cut me off, or I'm getting off your stream, buddy. I can't remember what it was, but
that was probably on Twitter. I used to
yeah, it was on Twitter. Yeah, you got so mad at that fat bitch. It was really funny. But I feel the same way. They want to be respected, and they don't mind that you have these confrontational views. They just don't want it overtly shoved in their face. And I think the Gen Z guys are having a hard time straddling the line from what I can see.
I don't know. I think that pretty much no matter what they do, their women would have found an issue with it.
For sure. Yeah.
I think age gap relationships, people will accuse me of being biased because of my own predicament, but I think it's just the natural way of like nature. I don't think that a 18-year-old boy is capable of providing for a family or protecting a family in the same way that an older male is and women that age are. Like an 18-year-old woman's at her like peak fertility. An 18-year-old boy he's not at his peak anything really for the most part.
What do you think is going to happen now, though? Because I talk about this a lot, that women are the breadwinners now, whether they want to be or not, right? Because they've taken the jobs from us. They will not give jobs to white men anymore. They really won't, right?
I think what I'd like to aim for is being like a mercenary stepdad or like a hired husband where the girl boss just gives me like a stipend and in exchange I'm a positive male influence in her illegitimate son's life.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, not maybe not the stepdad part for me, but our goal is to mitigate and manage their anxiety, their insecurities, their just insanity. That's what women need. They kind of need a Zerko's greatest quote. Well, a couple of them. They need a baby. They need you to be their brother and their father, their lover and their friend. It's like a fucking juggling act with them. Like they need to be told what to do, but you need to be nice to them. But you need to be their lover. It's a real kind of difficult process that it's hard to learn that, and it's hard to find people to teach you that. But I thought that was pretty profound of him when he was dropping that knowledge during his early days on the Red Pill podcast marathon he was on.
Scotty Boom, if you have a lady friend, like, do you think that, like, why do you want to spend so much time in this sphere, or what's the catch? Like, why you got the 20-year-old girl? Like, why do you want to like talk about this subject matter or even be a part of it? Like, I'm just curious.
To Loosh Farm.
Yeah, I mean, I only got her. I got her fairly recently, right? Like I met her last year, so I was, kind of in these spaces for a while now. And
So you don't want to like run away from this space because you got the young tail or whatever.
No. I mean,
now it's time for the victory lap.
and I don't like to do that either. I don't like to. I know that I've learned that a lot of guys in this sphere, they don't really want to see women, right? They don't want to fantasize about them because it's really, it's crappy. I can empathize with that. I'm still a man, and I've taken a lot of L's like everybody else.
Well, you're
so I don't
about,
know,
like settling for a fat girl or like seeking inner beauty. Like, you don't think Raymond should like participate in that? Like you don't really believe he should engage in that, right?
It's not for me, right? But unfortunately, the market is going to dictate what you can do, right? And when he has even women like Shelby makes things and exists telling him to fuck off, it's a pretty bleak situation. It's kind of like WD talks about it. I can't have my what do you call it? My shield maiden, my high school, dream. So I'm not going to settle for anything, kind of thing. It's like I can't tell you what to do or not do. I can only tell you that it's not looking likely that you're going to get.
I know that if I'm gonna get rejected anyway, I'd rather get rejected by a Stacy than
for sure,
exactly.
Exactly.
All right, let's entertain a caller. Sergeant Guard, you are live on the Thomas White YouTube channel. How you doing, bucko?
Big snood, my dick and shit. We was kings, nigga.
Anything else?
I wanted to say, I have a question concerning the age stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it is a no-brainer that an 18-year-old doesn't have the capacity of providing for his family. But also, I've been told that, at 18, you're like at your peak. And, the more you age, the more it gets difficult to, get chicks. And that if you weren't, liked at that age, then you were pretty much pre-selected, but you didn't know it. So, my question is do you really like agree on this whole age stuff, or that male age better at 30 and they're like way more capable of getting young chicks?
I think that the age stuff, when I say older guy, I mean like mid-20s at tops. Like, I think I'm too old for it now. I think Richard Coper and these other guys are completely way too old. My main thing is, I think white guys specifically, and some other races, if you're Asian or whatever, you're at an extreme disadvantage. You're not done puberty until some point in your 20s. You're not done developing at all. So if you're doing co-ed schooling where boys and girls are in class together, everything's going to get taken because the women are going to be exposed to guys that are not in complete loading bars still. So I think that if you resegregated schooling and you kept women like away from guys until they were on the dating market, I think that they'd naturally revert to more of like a couple years age gap. This isn't something that has to be forced from women either. There are a lot of women that will talk about how, like, they find guys their age like immature. Like, that's a very kind of common take. You used to hear that a lot from women before this whole age gap discourse kind of took off.
Well, I hear the same shit now, but the thing is that they're the same people with like moral fag about it.
Here's the thing, guys. If you're out of college, you're not getting a young virgin puss. Like, you got to get it when you're in high school. Like, you're not getting like you're not first if you're out of high school or in college. Well, maybe college, like freshman or sophomore year of college, you might get a virgin. Maybe, I doubt it. It's like you're getting leftovers if you're out of college.
Nah, I think college is pretty much over, dude. Like,
yeah, if you're in college.
I'm in college, and when I go to college, the only dudes I see, because it's like the college that I am, it's like a St. George Floyd Jewish commie French college or whatever. And all I see just a bunch of like tall, fat tankies or like Tifas or like the fucking roasty women or whatever.
All right, Sergeant Garuda, I'm gonna let you ask one more question. I'm gonna kick you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have no more question.
All right, call in next time. Thank you very much. Guys, I was talking. So I go to Buffalo Wild Wings occasionally because it's close and it's just some bullshit slop place to fucking hang out and I don't know, catch the highlights and talk to some of my regular, guys that hang out at the bar up there. Like I know everybody. And the bartender, I talk to her off and on, because she's 22, she's blonde, she's right out of college, and she wants to find a husband. She doesn't want to work 3 jobs, and she's got 2 jobs actively right now. And I just tell her, like, why don't you just get married? And she says she can't find a guy.
That's a red flag. That's what woman is. That means she
And
can't
she's
find the guy that she's attracted to.
Scotty Boom, like she said, she found a guy and he wanted her, her to pay his rent. And she said she bailed out on him. Like I do think that men aren't equipped to be husbands and fathers in the current year. Women literally get all the jobs. Men are fucking overweight. Men are smoking pot. Men are barely getting by. Like this idea that women can just find a guy to take care of them. That's not realistic though, is it?
No, I don't think they need a guy to take care of them though. I don't believe women's words. I just look at their actions, and women like being bartenders. Women like actually WD, you've talked about this before. Women like to work. Women actually enjoy being out of the house and all that stuff. They don't want to go back to
That's
being
the thing, Scotty Boom. Like these bartenders, like the handfuls they're part-time, it's their second job. They're going to college. They got some other quote real career. So they work these second and third jobs. I just find that perplexing. Like, why do women have 3 jobs and went to college?
Because a white woman would rather work 20-hour days in a bauxite mine than have to be with a guy that she views as short
or inadequate for whatever reason.
That's why the workplace was so important to women. It wasn't because they were discriminated against. It was because women wanted economic freedom from unattractive men. That was the whole reason that they wanted into the workforce.
Not gonna lie, you guys, like I really kind of like this bartender. I mean, I'm not like trying to get with her or anything because I know I'm like old and she's young and I'm not, she's not looking my way because I'm, 40 and she's 22 and got her whole life ahead of her. But it's like she's one of those girls who puts on a good show. Like she's got like, very plain Jane like jeans on. She doesn't have any tattoos, very, very little piercings. She's really modest looking woman. And it's like under that silver lining or whatever, veneer or whatever, she's fucking black dudes and shit, right?
Oh Jesus.
Like I'm sorry, but like Scotty Boom, you say they want the tall, handsome Chad, but I walk out of like a Panera Bread or some of these like stupid little shops, goy slop places. Like you see young teenage white girls with fucking brown guys and homies.
I see them with Jeets here. I really do. So it wouldn't surprise me seeing this sort of thing everywhere else.
Yeah, what I see is a lot of perpetually single women. That's what I see. Even if they get in relationships for a little bit, they're always somehow back out there with their status back to single. So that's just what I see from my observations.
Somebody in the chat says, Thomas, I should still try. Like I'm just kind of over it. Like I don't even want kids now because I'm too old. Like I'm fucking 40, you guys. It's over. Like I can't imagine plowing some 22-year-old bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings and getting her pregnant and trying to have like a life with her. Like it's gonna end. It's a shit. It'll be a shit show. I won't. I don't even. I'd rather just go hang out with my buddies and go golfing. Like I don't want to like be a father. Like
I got a story for you, Thomas. Actually, a really recent story that happened to my friend. If you want to hear it, it's really short.
Dude, you're on the line, Bucko. He's fucking
sure. Just to give you an idea of how fucked up these women are.
We like storytelling.
Oh yeah. So my buddy, he's not a Chad, right? He's like probably a 5 or something. He's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? He's nothing special, whatever. He started dating this single mother.
Oh, he looks like you. He looks like you.
No, he's less than me. No,
I'm
no,
joking, I'm
he's whatever. I'm just trying to paint you guys an honest picture, right? He's a fine guy, but he's a little bit socially awkward. He's not like, super attractive, but he's not hideous either, So he's got hair, he's got teeth, right? Regular things. He's got a decent job. He's got a car, right? He started dating this single mother, and he showed me her pictures, right? He showed me some nudes of her, and I was like, oh, she's pretty sloppy looking. He's like, yeah, I know she's not the best looking, but he really loved her. She has 2 kids. She's in poverty. He wanted to be with her. He was having sex with her. They were dating. He got her pregnant by accident. He wanted to keep it, He wanted to move in with her. She fucking broke up with him and ended everything and ghosted him. She rather like WD saying, she rather be alone in abject poverty with her kids than be with this guy who wanted to give her the world. I mean, it's so perplexing where we are in the current timeline of what's happening. Never seen shit like this before. Never seen it this bad before.
Yeah, I really wonder what it looks like 20 years from now. I mean, things are going to be just like we're going to have robots and drones and a frumpy women everywhere.
Women view like unattractive men, or whether you think that women like oofy doofies or women like chads, if a woman isn't attracted to you, she views you the same way we view like a 500 body count, like fat nose ring pig woman.
Yeah.
Like, it's with like disdain and scorn. There's no element of like, they're a good person, I'm just not attracted to them. Like, you're guilty because of your appearance. Like, you're like a hostile entity to their ovaries. Like, their ovaries are going off like a smoke alarm when you're in the room to like make sure that you don't get to them. Like, women hate guys that they don't like. It's not like neutral. It's not like, oh, he's whatever. It's if she doesn't want you, she hates you.
Yeah, and it's so easy to step on that landmine, right? The 1,000 different icks that you never know that you could be the one that will destroy the entire thing, right? It's a very unfortunate.
Well, and the icks vary because
Yeah.
people will tell you, oh, well, you're not 6'5". The whole being tall and good looking thing seems to only be a requirement for white guys.
Yeah.
I see a lot of like short, chubby ethnics with white women.
I just think that they're sampling other races like way before they settle down with a white guy. Like, I know that might sound cringe or whatever, and like everyone's like,
No,
oh,
I agree.
they want a Chad. They don't want any man. They just
They want variety. They don't know what they want. They'll try everything and then decide afterwards if they liked it or not.
And they just don't seem to want to settle down. That's the problem that I encountered quite a bit in the last half decade. Me being the one that always liked her too much, being the one to want to go serious or official, and them not wanting to, them not knowing what they want, them changing their minds. Really crazy stuff. How women are so like cold and callous now, and
That's
there's-
why it's always easier to be the side guy.
yeah.
You don't
Because
believe? Sorry,
they know you don't. They know you don't want anything serious if you're starting from like that kind of an origin. If you try to have a relationship with them, that's when it always falls apart, unfortunately, which is fucking really fucked up because I don't know how you're supposed to form a family with something like that.
It's a paradox. That's why I talk about that a lot. It's a paradox, They want to meet someone, but they don't want to give you what you want, and they're just
Western Klein, do you believe that? I mean, I know guys want a girlfriend. They want to get their dick wet with it. They never had sex, but porn addiction, how women want options, they want choice, they want 10 different dudes to bounce around with and use for numerous reasons, whether it's helping them move a sofa or trying a new dick or whatever. Like, guys want to watch porn because starfish sex and getting more flavor in their life, or what, like having visually being able to see women do things that one woman can't provide. So it's like pinning it all on women. Do you know what I'm saying? Like pinning it all on women. Like men want that too. They want fucking crazy, whatever, fetishes and stuff. So like one woman can't, one boring ass white girl, or well, maybe not, whatever woman doesn't provide that for men. Much like one single man who makes $47,000 a year doesn't do it for the woman.
I just don't think women care at all about money. A woman doesn't want for money. A woman just changes out her partner or situation if she doesn't have enough of it. Every job a woman can do, for the most part, is a job that doesn't need to exist. So the money they're getting from it has no actual like productivity or output attached to it.
I think maybe something was lost in the last 100 years about like what holidays actually are. You know how like women love Christmas and love trinkets and decorations, but like traditionally holidays are for like men to relax and women to work. Like when I was growing up during Christmas, and Scotty, can you mute your mic?
Yes, right.
When I was growing up, my grandmother worked her tail off during the holidays. She made baked cookies, she cooked dinner, she set everything up. My grandpa didn't do a goddamn thing on the holidays.
Wash the dishes right after the meal while the men like relaxed.
Yeah, like holidays are for men to rest, men to like recalibrate. That's the days for women to work. That's a lost that's something that's been lost in our society. I think that's the whole point of a holiday. It's for men to be treated, men to get their get their rest in, get their recalibration.
Sit in the armchair and drink or smoke while the wife does like other things.
Yeah, that's we got a caller. Shit, I'm not paying attention. GPR.
What's up?
How you doing, Bucko?
Howdy.
I just wanted to comment on the women increasing their miscegenation and race mixing and white women. My personal theory on that is I assume everyone's familiar with the war bride theory of historical mating, like the hostile men would come into.
Women just acquiesce to the conqueror.
Yeah, I pretty much think that's what's going on. I think they see all these foreign men not only invading their communities, but like rising up the ranks in their communities, and their reaction to it is very much one of like
fawn.
Yeah, but it's like preparatory abandonment of their original group, so they don't get, they're trying to get out of the way of the coming boulder rolling down the hill, so to speak. They definitely see the agenda against young white men, and they're trying to get out of the way of that by not.
Yeah, they're divesting
themselves.
of it.
Yeah.
I think that was responsible for a lot of different things. Like, I think that's why, for a period of time, white guys did well with Asian girls. I don't think it really had anything to do with cultural. It's like Dashboard was saying, we're the like Mayo gorilla like monkeys to a lot of actual like serious Asian cultures. We're seen as like primitive and.
Yeah, well, I do think we're the most physically attractive race, but when you get into, like, I just don't know how much that matters in such extreme invader environment type shit.
I think I think it doesn't matter what race you are right now. It's easier to date somebody that isn't your race, because you have that advantage working for you no matter what you are. Like, women's brains were not built for multiculturalism at all. So if there's another group of men, the brain always concludes that group is like dominating. It's why when the opposite happens, like A lot of times when ethnic girls come to a white country, they'll try to like abandon their culture. You see it a lot with like Indian girls in Canada now. Like they know in the same way that white women, as you described, are getting out ahead of the anti-white male discrimination by just disassociating from it. Indian women seem particularly aware that like their men are not liked and are trying to like dodge a similar bullet in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, women are the raped gender of the world or whatever. So there is a little bit of truth to that, I think, GPR.
You know, the way that I kind of think about it is I'm not really worried about the invaders, so to speak, because we're not really being invaded in a way that I think the scenario is being played out with, like, you know, war and whatnot. It's more of the people that control the gears and levers that I'm concerned about, because it's very clear that they're trying to destroy us from within on purpose, you know, allowing all this mass immigration, allowing this to get out of control. It seems very, you know, coordinated, if you will. So it's like, that's almost the bigger problem, you know?
Well, they've created like hypothetically high immigration into somewhere like the United States should not be a problem because we have so much unused land here and resources, but they've made it extremely difficult to develop land and like start businesses here.
Yeah, red tape,
So-
bureaucracies. It's a
Yeah,
huge
so-
problem here in Canada with the
so-
law, with the bylaws and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they've artificially restricted the living space to, you know, take a term from Uncle H. They've artificially restricted the living space and they've given ethnics all these economic advantages. So white people really, they don't have any choice but to immigrate or be like become homeless, basically.
Again, you have to ask yourself though, right? Why would they have allowed all this immigration, even since we were kids, right? They were doing this, allowing all these fucking, you know, not non-whites or whatever to come in, but not just not non-whites, but like a certain age of men already, like, you know, grown men. They don't bring in young, fertile women. They don't bring in women at all, really. Not single ones, right? Those
Not
ones come
many.
with men, right? So it's like, why would a country do this to themselves, right? It's like obviously someone wants to see it all fucking collapse at some point. You know, I know we get accused of being doomerish and it's never going to happen. It's like, well, it sure seems like it's happening with the way they're going.
I fundamentally disagree with this idea that like America's like got so much extra space. Like
Me too. Yeah.
The infrastructure is overrun. Every
Yep.
major city is overrun with the non-white world. There isn't enough. We don't have room. We're full. Like, yeah,
It's
there's
the same here in Canada.
agree
Yep.
I agree, but like what I'm saying is they've put up so much red tape to expansion into like geographic areas that are untapped
I
with
get
no
it.
one
Like,
living there.
Idaho and Montana and Iowa, there's room. I get it, like physical space, but the infrastructure is not there, and the resources perhaps might not be there. I just don't think that.
Yeah, I totally agree that the existing infrastructure it can't handle it. I mean, I totally agree
No.
with that.
All right, I got another caller. GPR, you seem like you're all right. I'll let you stay on. Here we go. Go ahead, Bucko. Doofy, you're live on the Thomas White YouTube channel. Doofy, you gotta get your mic fixed, man. Did you step away? You taking a piss break?
I think he said he was nervous when he was going to call in. I think I saw it in the chat.
Oh, he says, Doofy, come on in, man.
Yeah, my bad. I had to fix my mic. What's going on,
Okay.
guys?
How you doing, man? Well, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, whether you're an incel, roughly your age and ethnicity, please, before you talk.
Yeah, so I'm definitely incel. So I'm on the spectrum. My age is mid-30s, and I'm a white guy.
Okay, how'd you hear about the Thomas White YouTube channel?
I've been listening to you guys. It came into my algorithm like maybe a year and a half ago, and I've been listening to you guys ever since. I really appreciate the show.
All
Big
right,
fan
you're
of you
on.
and Western.
You were live. What's your question? And go ahead and run off with tell us what you wanted to say.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a statement, then I'll go into the question. So I don't know if you guys remember like when Uber driving, like the rides first came out, how cheap it was. So I remember like being able to take an Uber for less than a taxi, and it was just way more convenient. And same with like the food delivery. It was, it wasn't as affordable as you'd want it to be, but it wasn't like double the prices that it was now when they were first getting popular in like 2016, 2017. So I know Western, you mentioned like you like grocery delivery a lot, but have you seen the like recent news coming out on how these companies are gaming the apps and like using the algorithm to rig the prices? And I guess like with that being said, what's your guys' thoughts on like the casinofication of basically every aspect in our lives now? So with video games, like it started with the microtransactions. We're seeing it with the apps now. It's like the apps are playing like a casino. Like the gambling popularity and just openness is insane. And I know you guys have touched on that a bit. But it looks like as people get funneled into these apps and like things get digitized more, like the people running these things and the money behind them, like the vulture capital, it's essentially just it's gonna make it so everything's gonna be rigged, and we're not gonna have really like a way to fight it. I don't think, because like the politicians are bought and paid for. So if you guys wanted to touch on that, like what are your thoughts on like the casinofication of like every aspect of our lives?
I'll tell you, I think it's the feminization and the Ashkenazization of the finance sector towards hyperconsumption instead of trying to provoke production. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think as the economy gets worse, it's known that like lottery ticket sales go up in a recession.
Gambling too.
Yeah, so I think people abandon the traditional means of trying to make money because that's all seen as not like conducive anymore. So if this tendency is known, then corporations are obviously going to try and dangle that in front of people, make them think that they're getting such a great deal.
I think Trump's trying to. I think Trump's trying to lift the tax, or I heard they're trying to lift tax on gambling now. Like, if the economy's doing good, like that's seems kind of ridiculous. Like
Well, it's actually going the other way though so far, right? Where they want to put a tax on your losses, not just your winnings. So that hasn't been lifted yet. They talked about that a lot in the spheres that I'm in, because obviously I'm in the gambling
isn't
Twitter
that
sphere.
amazing though? If you win $1,200 in the States, like you have to pay taxes. Like they haven't changed with how inflation, like adjusted for inflation. You should be able to win $3,000-$4,000 before you have to file a fucking 1099 or whatever. Like this is crazy.
Thomas, on the new law, if you lose $1,200, you're going to be taxed on that. That's the part that's scaring a lot of people. Your losses will be taxed. Yeah.
I know Canada only taxes it if like it's your main source of income. So any like lottery winning in Canada, you don't get hit with tax. From my understanding,
I think it's I've never had to be. I never had to
only if
claim
you're like
any
a
of my
professional
winnings.
gambler. Was my understanding.
If you make over a certain amount, it just simply puts you in a bracket. It's not about the gambling aspect. If you were actually so good, you were making $20,000-$30,000. Yeah, you'd be in a bracket where they would tax you. But that's not because of the gambling. That's just because of the income.
I mean, it's just
that's like if you had a job and then won won the lottery in Canada. My understanding is they don't tax it.
That's right.
They're only
Yes.
taxed on their job income.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
It's like the one good thing you have.
You can't work overtime because you get taxed or you get fucking gouged even more. You lose money in gambling, you get gouged. Like, I mean, it's just sitting rot buckle. Like, it's literally the map or the planet. It seems to be. I mean, it's
very block pilling.
Outrageous.
All right. If I could bring up another thing, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like the recent mass pew pew event in like Australia, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. So like my main thought when I first saw the video is like, well, this is super weird. Like, why are the cameras so close in on this guy? Like, why isn't he shooting at the camera people that are filming this? And like, also, where are the bodies? So like, from my like, there's no videos of any bodies. There's no videos of any blood.
I want to jump in.
The one
like,
one
for
selfie
me, this
that
is all
guy
crisis
that one
actors, and I just
selfie
wanted
the guy
to get
All right, stop.
like your thoughts on that.
Weston Klein, you go first.
I was just gonna say the one guy who uploaded the selfie of himself after he got shot with blood all over his head also survived October 7th. So there's that. I don't. Beyond that,
Here's
I
my
can't care
take.
about it.
I haven't followed it at all, but I watched Luke Ford because Luke Ford's like this weird fuck on the internet. I occasionally pop in and listen to his bullshit, and he's from Australia. I think that was probably a nice, like you can't have anything nice. Like we have to instill fear and implement new laws and create fucking anxiety. I think that was probably like things were going too good over there or something. It was too quaint, too nice white country or whatever. People are enjoying themselves. Like that is unacceptable. And
So do you think it happened though? Because like to me, I don't even think
no,
it
I don't
happened.
believe it happened. I'm saying that it's a ploy to destroy. It's a way to instill fear into the minds of the people that live in that area. So
Yeah, fair enough. And like I know it's like kind of taken all the politicians like worldwide are now signaling like, oh, we got to push back, But I mean that was coming either way, even without
Scotty
like,
Boom,
the
if you
mass people.
want to respond to it, Scotty Boom.
Yeah, actually, I was on a MGTOW channel recently. They're nice guys, but I was on a channel that had this kind of question come up.
Wait, you're
about
talking to
guns.
Lamprey Mill?
No, some really small guy. No, not Lamprey.
When's
Some guy
the
named
interview?
MGTOW Outlaw.
When's the Lamprey interview coming?
I never talked to him. I've never
I'm
associated with
talking shit.
Lamprey.
Oh no, I'd like to see that happen though.
I heard his
Thank you.
Raymond interview though. That was pretty good. He
actually
seems like a
like
pretty
that.
okay
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, no
I
ill will.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No. So I was on the MGTOW guys channel, and someone asked about like they were going. Basically, they were going a little bit too full tard. Like, we'll take back this country, guys. We'll get our guns, and we can outnumber the cops. I'm like, guys, you can't fucking outnumber the cops. Don't. That's a terrible idea. He's like, well, imagine if everything collapses and the terrorists will take over and crime will be on a spree. And I'm like, I just mentioned, I'm like, buddy, all these shooters, these terrorist shooters, the Vegas shooter, the Charlie Kirk shooter, fucking Columbine, like pick whatever you want, right? These are heavily monitored. This is very MK Ultra. If they wanted to stop these things, they could. They get so much intel on these that it's very obvious that they let them happen. For whatever reason, they let them happen. And this guy lost his shit. I was an army vet, and you're saying that it's all fake and that terrorists aren't real and that the cops knew it was happening. I'm like, yeah, of course they know, man. What the fuck? How can they not know? Like with the social media network we have these days, everyone is so well tracked. Their messages, their phones, like what they're doing, what they're buying. It's like I don't know about this Australia shooter, but it just seems like it's another dime a dozen fucking. It's the key jingling front page story to keep the normies occupied for whatever fucking reason. There's always something stupid in the
Let me
news,
just
right?
ask a question. I thought these places were like gun safe zones, like Canada, Australia, Europe. And hypothetically, Scotty Boom or Weston Klein, do you think that you could get access to enough ammunition or firing power to commit such a situation? Like, isn't it sort of hard to do that?
No, yeah, you can't even get fertilizer.
I don't.
Like,
People are
I
talking
don't-
shit in the chat saying everything's fake. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys are schizo. Like, how do these people get that much artillery and fire?
Yeah, you'd be reported for sure. In
I don't
Canada.
believe it. I don't believe the Australian. I
They'd
didn't
be
even
flagged
watch any of
and,
that.
like,
I didn't even
criminal
watch the footage. I think it's faking gay. I didn't even watch the footage.
I agree with you. I think it's crazy. Okay, and Charlie, like the Charlie Kirk thing, there's no exit wound, there's no blood being carried out. It's all
They
very strange.
paved over where he was shot right after. There's all the insane hair. Dude, fix your fucking mic.
Scotty,
Or
you
get
gotta
the fuck out of
What?
here, you dumbass.
You gotta
Sorry,
mute
me?
yourself. Mute
Wind
yourself.
tunnel faggotry, man. Holy.
All right, go ahead, Western Klein.
No, it's the Erica Kirk stuff too. She came from some kind of a fucking adoption place that was all tied up in
Masonic
in
rings.
trafficking. Like, she didn't cry when her husband died, but she cried when she's talking about fucking Israel. She's talking about Charlie Kirk coming home and saying fucking Shabbat Shalom or whatever. Like, there's way too much like nonsense, but I do agree with the broski take that like even getting into the minutia on these topics does a disservice. I don't like Thomas Sowell generally, but like after this happened, he basically he didn't get in these stupid trying to like break down what did or didn't happen. You just accept it's bullshit and go, okay, yeah, but we're not going to care about them because they don't care about us. This isn't our problem. If you sit there and try and pill people on it being fake, it's just convince people it's gay. Don't try and convince people it's fake, because there's the prerequisite knowledge to admit that something like a crisis actor is even real is too high a barrier of entry for your average normie. You got people that live through COVID and they still haven't figured out that like their government hates them and they live in a fucking psyop life. You're not going to convince them that a Jew shooting was fake.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. I hate that everyone. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking. I just don't believe. Here's my problem, guys. Like, and not to get to the conspiracy chart stuff, but like the Charlie Kirk thing, like we're just not privy to like all the information, all the access to the video, and like, so I don't know what happened. I can't claim to know what happened because clearly there's funny business going on with like any of these situations. And I mean, if you talk about it, you're a kook or whatever. I get it. Like, I don't know. Doofy, do you have another question? Otherwise, I'm gonna kick you.
Yeah, like I guess one more. So like, do you think like when we grew up, like before the cell phones, before all the social media, and I know like things were probably a lot less difficult on like in the economic sense. But do you think it's just nostalgia to like look back and be like, oh, we had it better than the people these days, or do you think that's
No,
cool? Because
no,
I feel like
no,
every generation.
No,
No.
it was better.
It literally was better.
I remember the crossover point. There was a before and after when life was like good, and then everything went terrible.
No, Western Clan, I agree. Like this whole like, oh, you're clinging to nostalgia. There is some theory to that. Like, let's say you go on a camping trip with your boring ass brother and your family, and you go fishing, and it wasn't that fun. You sat in a car, you got rained out in your little tent, and but you had a story to tell. There is that like nostalgia, like glamorizing the past. But when it comes to life, your how things were, or were they better or worse? Scotty, you gotta figure it out, man.
Is there a sound coming out of my phone?
You're blowing in the mic again. Don't do that.
No, it's not. It's not me blowing. It must be. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay, so the nostalgia when it comes to the average experience, let's say for Canada and America or Australia or Europe, white men, they had a measurable better experience 20 years ago than they are having now. It's not nostalgia. My iPhone's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of neat, but that doesn't make up for social trust. It doesn't make up for demographics. It doesn't make up for the poison and on the
women wanted to date, and women would play matchmaker. They'd try and actually pair up like your whole fucking class. They really you had to be extremely undesirable for them to not pair you. They pair up 90% of guys in class. They like played matchmaker for fun.
That wasn't my experience, but my experience was like if a girl liked you, she would make her intentions.
How old are you though?
Like you want the mid-30s?
I don't need mid-30s. For me, what I noticed is that this all changed when cell phones arrived. Once cell phones arrived, like they just stopped doing this. It became very like segregated. You either had access to the back channels of communication with women or you didn't.
All right, Doofy, did you have one more? Oh, if you got a quick question, we'll keep going. But go ahead,
No, I'm good. I appreciate you
Doof-
guys. Good.
Doofy.
Good.
Doofy, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah.
You have a
Thanks,
good
man.
night. GPR, you get one more question. I'm kicking you. Go ahead.
What do you guys think about Trump's administration being so anti-Hispanic and anti-Latin America?
Is that even true?
It seems to be pretty true to me.
No, that's a false premise. I don't believe that.
Well,
Scotty Boone?
all of these things seem to be like all of this. Obviously, the vast majority of illegal immigration is Hispanic, right? Okay, there's
Donald
not that
Trump
much.
just said that Somalians don't belong in Minnesota. Like, I don't believe it's like this unique. He's for foreigners. He's for the non-whites, but he just
Well,
says
that's what
like
I'm saying.
stuff to the judge.
He's for immigration from genuinely overseas, like from Eurasia and Africa, but he doesn't seem to want immigration from
Probably because they
Latin
have nothing to
America.
offer America other than maybe.
Well, neither do Africans. Africans have nothing to offer us. I mean, that's not really a very.
I think it's because a sizable portion of Latins do vote like right wing. Like you had a lot of the machismo mentality of a lot of South American, Mexican, or whatever guys leads them to appreciate the kind of fascistic, like strongman personality. I think that's why they cycled them out in favor of Indians and these other groups for replacing whites.
Yeah, it just seems very obvious to me that they're done with the Hispanics. Like they want them kind of out. So yeah, I was just trying.
I can see that because they would never take this kind of deportation angle with any other group. You know, imagine if ICE was running around fucking deporting dual citizens like they're allegedly doing to the Mexicans. I think a token group had to be removed to satisfy the remigration retards, and they chose the group that would have done the least damage had they been allowed to remain.
Yeah, they're choosing the non-white group that is really closest to whites, like genetically.
Yeah, and they did it before, right? Because they put all the Japanese in internment camps. It's like they actually just give the good races a hard time and bring in all the worst ones.
All right, GPR. Before you leave, how'd you find the channel?
I mean, I just kind of found it through Western Decline and Collective Dismal.
Awesome. Glad that you're listening. Thank you for calling in, and feel free to call in the future. Okay, man?
All right. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Later, Bucko. All right. I think we're about wrapped up. Western Decline, you ready to get out of here?
No, up to you.
Yeah, we can go a little longer, I guess. Scotty Boom, did you have a question that you wanted to ask Western Decline while he's on the line?
Is my phone working okay? I just need to know that.
Yeah, we just, it was really bad, but
I'm not sure what the problem was. Sorry, guys. I don't know if it was the furnace or whatnot. Maybe it was kicking down on me.
You were on your deck smoking a cigarette. You didn't figure it out.
No, I had no idea. I'm sorry. Is it okay now?
Yeah, you're fine, man.
Okay, cool. Awesome. No. Listen, even though you yelled at me, Western, I'm a big fan of yours. I watch all your stuff.
I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at the wind tunnel.
No, it's all good, man. I have no idea what that was. I know they were calling me a boomer cell. I was like, no, guys, I have no idea what was happening. I was totally ignorant to the.
That's a trigger for mine because my sister and my mother would intentionally make the dogs bark, knowing it bothered me.
I've heard your stories. They wait for you to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So dude, I almost have to live my life with earplugs in because it's just like a constant thing. It's like a.
Oh, I hear you, man. Like I said, I watch all your stuff, so I'm aware of your plight.
Well, you're a YouTuber, Scotty. Figure it out. Like, come on, man. Don't be a fucking noob.
No, it's because I'm on my phone, so I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
What possesses people to call in on their phones instead of their PCs? Is this like radioactive conversation that people can't be having inside their homes, so they got to sneak away like a battered housewife with the phone, go out on the deck and like pretend they're smoking a cigarette, but they're actually in an incel support group?
No, I just figured it was easier to log into StreamYard, and I thought the mic was adequate enough. I don't know. I never got complaints before, so thought it was okay.
All right, Weston McCline. You're doing it again, Bucko. Figure it out.
I don't know what it is.
Mute your fucking mic when you're not talking. Figure it out.
Sorry, guys. I have no idea what's going on.
It's all right. You're doing okay. I'm just giving you shit. But
I think there's like a current of air above me or something that's blowing right onto my phone.
King of the mic cells.
Yeah, really weird. I'm gonna move. There we go.
I wanted to ask Weston McCline, and this is just a random question. What are your thoughts about the handicap parking? Do you have an opinion? And I don't know if it's as fucked up as it is in your country as it is mine, but they've got too many handicap spots. I mean, you got to park fucking 20, 30 fucking yards away from this fucking restaurant or wherever you have an opinion of handicap parking?
I park far away because I don't want people dording my shit, so the handicap parking doesn't bother me that much.
I fucking find it just to be ridiculous because there's 20 spots in front of a grocery store or a restaurant. You can't fucking park. You got to park down the way there. It's just fucking gets under my skin a little bit. Kind of a fucking, because you see so many empty spaces all the time and fire lanes. It's like, I got to fucking, I don't know. It's annoying. But Scotty,
world runs on the disabled, apparently.
Yeah, everything for fucking. I need to get one of them fake placards and just stick it in my my little like rear view mirror or whatever, and I could just fucking get front row all day, every day. I've seen fucking black people and minorities. I hate to use the word minority, the non-whites. They fucking they game this system all day, every day. It's crazy.
It does seem like there's a little too many of them, and it kind of begs the question: if you are so disabled that you have to have a special parking spot right near the front of a store, should you even be driving?
Nah, good question.
Like the degree of disability, like, should you even be out of the home without a caretaker? Like, is the life alert bracelet gonna cut it?
It's like Hollywood disabilities, right? They're very able-bodied people, but just don't have use of their legs. I guess that's the whole
Yeah,
idea.
they're like every veteran that appears on the Caleb Hammer show,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
all
The
all
Forrest
get
Gump guy
disability.
or whatever. Yeah.
They're all on disability. I seen a clip of him talking about how every single veteran he's ever had on his show is on disability.
It's crazy. I wonder what they get for that.
You guys, Scotty, why don't you go first, Scotty? What do you think about the delusion of self-confidence in men? Like, just tell stories, whisper sweet nothing, like just braggadocious, like lie to women, and just fucking just bullshit them, your way to the bedroom. Like, don't you think that's like fucking up the dating market or screwing it up for other men? Like, not being genuine or authentic and just fucking spreading, just bullshitting your way into the bedroom. Like, how do you feel about that, man?
I mean, I've been heartfelt with women every single time in my life, and it has never served me positively. Women are the ones that are anti-romance, so I can't hate guys that, lie to them and tell them whatever they want to hear. Telling them the truth doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, I've done the same thing, and I've had like mixed results. So I've had some come back. I've had it not work, and then I've had it sometimes work. Again, it's like a black pillar. I'm just pretty convinced that it comes down to your looks, right? If you can get away with a lot of shit, the more that they approve of you, right? So I think that it comes down to the whole validation is somewhat what's the word I'm looking for? It's given to you, right? So bravo, Jesus, what am I trying to say? Confidence or bravado. It's kind of bestowed upon you over positive reinforcement, right? So I don't know if there's some guys that can, as you say, BS their way into the bedroom. I haven't really witnessed that all that much,
There's certain men that are just skilled at lying. I don't know. They believe their own lies, so
I guess like the Tinder swindler was a pretty impressive story there when it became
they're
popular.
basically just the used car salesman of dating.
Can you guys believe the Tinder swindler thing? Like, what a life.
No, I can't believe it. Like they were giving away $50,000 to this guy. Like what kind of retard foids are we dealing with here? These were some good looking women too.
Yeah, like hot blondes and shit. Like 27-year-old white women that had it going, or like had some sex appeal. It's wild to me, man. Like
Well, it's easy come, it's easy go.
ugh.
You can't like.
Wasn't he Jewish? Wasn't the Tinder swindler a kike or whatever, or a Jew boy?
I thought he was like Italian or something. He was definitely in Europe, right?
I don't know. I did watch that a while back.
Yeah, I think it's hard to like start that though, right? You need to have experience with it and have success doing it to be able to keep doing it, I suppose. So I'm not really sure how you start that process, right? Of being I guess like a pickup artist or, manipulative, whatever it is you want to call it.
I think you just pretend to be trash, pretend to be evil. I think that works with women.
Yeah, there's something to it.
Regardless
there's
of how
something
you
to it.
look.
Yeah.
Like my brother's ex-girlfriend, they broke up basically originally because he just had he had no like drive. He was just like being a lazy, like neat bum. And she went and tried some other options, and then she came crawling back to him. And because she broke up the relationship in the first place, now she's having to go through all the effort to mend it. And he's basically like, she's like paying to take him on dates now, and he's straight up like just a doofy.
Do you think your brother's black-pilled or whatever, Western Klein?
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, so you guys kind of like are like alike. Like he's
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's very. He'll tell me stories about a lot of this stuff because he's more involved with dating than I have ever been.
Does he still kind of put in more effort than you do or whatever?
Well, the thing is he just took the dark triad path of like he'll lie to women, he'll just use women, he doesn't respect women at all. Like he's the biggest misogynist I've ever met. Which, based, right? But
Based, I was gonna say based, yeah.
But the women just don't see. By the time they see what hit him, it's too late because they think he's like a controllable, comfy doofy, and next thing you know, like he's just giving them an ultimatum. He's reserving the right to not be their cuck.
What do you think the copes for you moving forward, Western Klein? What are going to be your copes like in the next 2 to 3 years? Like how do you get through it all? Do you watch MMA or is that still a thing going on?
It's hard for me to watch it because the entertainment value per event is
They're so watered down, the events these days. Oh my god, we
Yeah,
don't get any super shows anymore, like the good old days.
For me, my hobby's just I want to keep going with the automotive stuff. I was actually thinking about that a lot today, where I'm kind of at a fork in the road in my life where I either kind of give it up because it's not doing me too many favors, or I push through to the other side and really go all in on it. So
Yeah, totally. Guys, I'm done, I think. I don't think I want to keep going. I gotta respond to the chat, I guess, if there's anything in the chat.
One of the chatters asked your patented if you have any names to throw at us. They always like when you have random names to throw at your guests.
All right, I'll throw one at you. Well, wait. I might have ran through my names with other people already. Well, let's do, since we were talking like about television shows, what do you guys think of Mike Judge? The creator of King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, I forgot what else he did.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, yeah. What do you think of Mike Judge? Is he like I don't think he's Jewish. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Well,
I think
a lot
there's
of those
a lot worse things you could be watching.
a lot of those shows came when me and Western were really young. Like I remember King of the Hill was what, oh man, how old was I been? Like 13, 14. I guess not really, really young, but young enough where we weren't quite at this intellectual level of breaking things down. When it comes to the was it Office Space? What show was that you mentioned?
Office Space was a movie.
Okay, I was thinking of The Office. I was gonna go on a long rant about, not a long rant, but about The Office and how women seem to love the fucking Office. But
yeah, go ahead and go on a rant about The Office. I mean,
Oh.
no, it's it's a
Oh.
fascinating thing, you know. It's
everybody
like
watched
women-
You know what? You know why I love The Office. I don't like it as a show, but it reminds me of Severance. It basically has a less extreme version of the same plot where it's like a forced office romance where the mid woman that thinks she's too good for the guy gets propinquity'd into being like obsessed with him. I think that's why women like it. Women,
Didn't they get married in
the-
real life?
yeah, the Office is like work husband the show to
Sorry
women.
if my mic is kicking up. I think that John Krasinski married God, what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name anymore. He didn't marry the girl from The Office though. There was some hot girl, Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I usually have a list of names, but I don't today, guys. Like I really don't. Yeah, I don't have any names today. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, Western Klein, did you watch Under the Silver Lake yet?
No, but I'll get it watched whenever we have a date scheduled. I like to watch it the day before because
Oh, I
it's
do
all
too.
fresh in my mind.
Absolutely. And I DM. I've been DMing Dismal. He's busy, but he said he wants to do it, and he already watched it like twice. But he's definitely up for it. It's just trying to figure out a schedule. But we'll definitely do the Under the Silver Lake film review if we can figure out a fucking time slot or whatever. Did you guys see Tommy Loren recently?
She had such an annoying run through on those conservative bullshit shows for a while.
Did you see it recent? Did you see her recent appearance, Scotty Boom?
How recently and what was she on?
Like Fox News, she's got a lot of work done. Let's just put it that way. She don't
Yeah.
look like she used to.
She bogged.
She looks all right. I mean, but she looks not the. I mean, she's faker than a fucking Barbie doll.
She's just another ran through feminist whore, to be honest. Like the mask really slipped off with her when she was
got
on a show
fired
with.
on the Blaze. She got fired from that fucking.
Oh
Jew.
God, of course.
Or
of
no,
course.
not Jew. It was like that Christian boomer. What was it? What the hell is his name? The fucking boomer Christian guy.
Oh yeah, Blaze is Jewish.
No, but it's the big dog that did the radio show.
Ezra Levant.
Oh, Rebel. No,
no.
that's Lauren Southern.
No, not Levant. The other dude with the glasses and the fucking
Glenn Beck.
Someone says
Glenn
Beck.
Beck. Yeah, Glenn Beck fired her or whatever.
Chad
Or
is
maybe-
undefeated.
or maybe
Base
it was-
Glenn Beck.
But yeah, guys, you gotta check out Tommy Loren's recent appearance. She's completely changed her appearance. It looks crazy, fucking fake, but she's not ugly. I'll say that.
I'm not
this
surprised though. She's been going downhill ever since her feminist tangent with Andrew Wilson, and just the mask really slipped off. You know, about who she really is and what she's about. She broke up with a bunch of Chads talking about how Chad can't even win out here. She broke up with like some fucking millionaire Chad.
All my friends are hot women who are accomplished and have all these fucking attributes and accolades, and they're so great, and they can't find a husband. And
All the boys are losers. There's an eligible male shortage.
They always say that. It's amazing how they always say that.
yeah, Dismal. I did not see Inland Empire. I'll check it out. Forward me some like trailers or something on DM me. And Dismal says he can do Monday for Under the Silver Lake. Monday. Are you down
Works
for
for me.
Monday, Bucko? All right. Maybe we'll do a Monday. We'll try to get it set up. Maybe Monday will be. Let's do Monday, Dismal says. I'll do it. I'll probably be able to do it. I think so. Did you have an opinion of David Lynch, Scotty Boom? I mean, we were talking about television and movies. David Lynch, I think he did did he do Twin Peaks? Yeah.
I think so.
I heard there's like a lot of like attractive people in that show. Is that accurate?
I think they. Yeah, I mean, given the time period, I think really only one or two of the girls in the show look really good, but there's nobody that's like absolutely appalling.
Cool. Western Client, are you aware of the micro streamer Wolf Slumber?
Yeah, he's
in the chat.
I watched, I think he films in like his backyard, or at least he did in the video I watched. He's almost like Styx Hexenhammer light in his aesthetic. If I'm thinking of the same guy.
I don't know. I don't know what he looks like, but I did make an appearance on Wolf Slumber's channel about 4 or 5 days ago. I had a chat
He's
with
chill. He watches some other streamer. I don't know if it was you or it's somebody else I've interacted with here.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
I
you on
always
there.
see him in the chat.
All right, cool. Guys, it's not that I don't want to keep streaming. I kind of ran out of talking points. I'm a little tired, and it was just good to hang out with you guys, both you and Scotty and Western Client. You guys did awesome today. It was fun. I'm going to end the stream. Western Client, we'll try to shoot for Monday, okay? Under the Silver
sure.
Lake. Scotty Boom, do you want to tell us what you're going to be doing in the coming days or weeks?
Not too sure. I was debating if I was gonna. I didn't really want to take a shot at Raymond, but he had some drama with Dapper Dev, and drama is always kind of fun to stick your nose into. So I kind of debated if I'd put something together for that. Not really sure. I don't really plan things too far ahead, so not really sure.
You should do some more streams.
Yeah. I think I will. I've been, with the influx of new viewers, it's been more active, so it's been worth doing it. It's been fun and enjoyable. So I had a good chat, engaging when I covered that horrible fucking Tim Pool, Myron Gaines alleged dating stream that was about everything but dating. So I apologize to people for making them suffer through that, but we had a good talk anyways.
I listened to that entire stream and I liked it, but it was
okay.
It was
Broski says I can't do blood sports. I was obviously like in the wrong. What do you want me to do?
That was man versus machine. That wasn't a man.
I don't know why my phone was fucking up. Maybe it was my dog's voice being. I'm not a mouth breather, guys. I wasn't breathing into the microphone. I was not anywhere near it. That's why I was so caught off guard. I don't know what happened. Sometimes technology just fails us. I am perfectly fine at Bloodsport, Broski. I know you've been trolling me all night. It's fun.
Dude,
it's fine.
Don't worry about it. Scotty Boom, I appreciate you calling in, man. And
I appreciate it. It's always fun to get to talk to you guys. It's a big fan of Western Decline. Someone talked shit to me about being a fan of yours, WD. I can't remember. It was, you know how it is out here.
I'm surprised it was only one person.
And I just want to say, while we leave, that I was very flattered that someone called in to impersonate me on your show, Thomas. I am not big enough or important enough for that, but someone did it nonetheless. And
it was a terrible impersonation.
I still found that very enjoyable.
I found it funny, but it wasn't good. But it was.
This guy took even a second of time to pretend to be a completely irrelevant, important person like me. So that was pretty funny. I was very flattered by that.
All right, Scotty Boom, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, guys.
Keep uploading, okay, Bucko?
Thanants, guys.
All right, later.
Have a good night.
Western Decline, do you want to tell us about the Christmas special, the future of your streaming? Do you want to just?
I mean, the future of the streaming is to be determined. The I'll be here for holidays. That's the only time I'm really gonna guarantee that I'll be there. You know, it's I'm trying to keep the quality of the holiday streams high, so that means kind of just piling up content so it's, you know, it's entertaining, it's rich, you know, it's dense.
Yeah, I mean, if you go every day or 3 days a week, you're gonna fucking burn out or run out of stuff to talk about. It is quality over quantity, and I think a lot of people, Western client, people want to hear from you. I think you're a great streamer, and everybody loves. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people really like hearing from you. And just, dude, fucking keep going, man. And I don't know. I look forward to your Christmas stream or whenever you're gonna do your next. Oh, well, we're gonna do a movie review on Monday, maybe, but
Yeah.
I look forward to your you know these sort of more anticipated streams you're trying to build up to or whatever. So I'm gonna end it now. So, dude, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I hate to be a pester.
Oh, it's fun. No, not at all.
I'm always bothering you or wanting you to stream, but I think you're talented and you're a good streamer, and
It's easy to come on and just riff with somebody. It's harder for me to sit in front of a mic by myself and keep conversation going unless I have a lot of material to serve as prompt.
definitely, man. All right, we're out of here. Everybody, have a good night, and I don't know, get ready for the Under the Silver Lake review. We're gonna do it soon, I hope. Everyone, have a good night.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.